Chapter 961, Primordial Pill God. After Chen Shang passed through the divine soul tribulation, the people that surrounded him earlier all returned. However, their expressions were ugly, the number of people had decreased by a large half, and the ones that returned were the big shots. Some of the elders had already died. Not to mention them, even Chen Shang, who was cultivating his soul, would not have been so relaxed if Long Shui had not reminded him in time to use a technique from the 9-turn Dragon God mantra. These fellows are pretty smart. They actually know how to return immediately and are worried that I would sneak attack them. It seems like they are not in a good situation right now. Chen Shang fought face to face with these big shots and he had no way to retaliate. If he didn't come here secretly, he could make these guys die without a burial ground. Chen Shang stayed away from this place because among that group of rankers, there were still many who wanted to take action against him. His current strength was still not a match for those big shots. Quite a lot of them died. Ji Yu Dongchen took joy in their misfortune. The elders who had passed away were still very important to these powers, they were the stronger members of these powers. Furthermore, their devil race was still in the ancient spirit Great Land, which was also the ancient spirit clan's territory. It was just that the ancient spirit clan was at peace with the world, otherwise, their devil race would have fought against the ancient spirit clan long ago. Demon Empress, if you want to meet my junior martial uncle, then come and find me. Ji Yu Dongchen smiled to the Demon Empress and then flew away. Some of them wanted to kill Chen Shang even more, but there were some who wanted to befriend Chen Shang so that they wouldn't be met with Chen Zhang's endless retaliation in the future. Although the Heaven Devil King was engulfed by Chen Shang, but the Heaven Thunder Purgatory was not safe. The White Tiger had said before that this place was a trap set up by a mysterious power for 10 Heavens Supreme Lord and his subordinates. The 10 Heavens Supreme Lord was even heavily injured here, and this was where his empire was started to be destroyed. What Chen Shang wanted to do now was to find Duan Sanchang's grandfather here. His grandfather knew a lot of things, and would definitely know that this place was dangerous for the Duan clan. Little naughty dragon, why is my soul surrounded by a pearl? Chen Shang was extremely confused. Although he knew that it would do him no harm, he still felt that it was strange. HMPH, that's the ocean-suppressing orb. As long as you protect your soul well, your divine sense C will be very stable. This is a good thing, even I don't have one right now. Long Shui's voice was filled with jealousy, not to mention me, many Imperial Dragon races don't have it. This is because we need to undergo tribulation before we can cultivate it. We don't even know how long the tribulation of our Imperial Dragon race will last. Chen Shang curled his lips and said, "Little stupid dragon, back then, wasn't it enough for you to come out and undergo tribulation with me? I already knew that I could refine the ocean-suppressing orb. Even without you saying anything, I would come out. I was just worried that it would affect you, wasn't it? But there won't be a next time." Long Shui shook his head and sighed. That might not be the case. Humans are different from dragons, but we have the 9 nirvana tribulations. Maybe the next time I break through in the divine way, my soul will also experience a divine tribulation. Chen Shang laughed. When the time comes, you can come out and face the tribulation with me. But with Heavenly Dragon Supreme Lord by my side, I'm worried that the divine tribulation will be too scared to attack. We'll talk about it next time. I'll teach you a sacred art now, and only those who have reached perfection will be able to use it. Although Long Shui bickered with Chen Shang all day, the two of them had a very good relationship, like siblings who like to bicker with each other all day long. Chen Shang suddenly stopped in his tracks and asked excitedly, "Teach me quickly what ability it is." "It's called Shadow Shift. This is a very interesting ability. For example, after you use it, you can instantly switch positions with a rock in the distance, or even a tree. If I merge it with my transformation technique, I can still change my position when I switch locations." Long Shui laughed mischievously. "For example, if you were to fight with someone else, coincidentally, this fellow's son is right beside you. You can use this move to exchange his son's position with you, and then his son would be ruthlessly beaten by him. Or when you exchanged places with a big rock, you turned into that rock, and that rock turned into your appearance. When others attacked you, they only broke a rock." Chen Zhang's face revealed a look of anticipation, and laughed. "It is indeed interesting, which means to say, this sacred art is truly sinister." Long Shui immediately passed down the cultivation method to him. To Chen Shang, learning this kind of sacred art wasn't difficult at all. Furthermore, using this kind of method to transmit knowledge made him feel as if he already had the ability to learn it in the first place. In just 6 hours, Chen Shang had almost mastered it. He switched positions with a block of wood inside the forest and then turned into that piece of wood. This ability was too astonishing, Chen Shang would not use it in front of others. The Heaven Thunder Purgatory's spirit energy was very dense, and was circulating very smoothly in the air, but the moment Chen Shang walked out of the forest, he felt the spirit energy in the air suddenly fluctuate for a bit, and although it was only a slight fluctuation, it alarmed Chen Shang and Long Shui. Chen Shang had entered the realm of perfection, but compared to Long Shui, he was still lacking a little. He could only sense some movement, but Long Shui was able to discern what was going on. It's a giant eagle, and it has a very high concealment ability. This kind of eagle is an archaic beast, I think it's called the Unreal Ghost Eagle. Long Shui said, I don't know when this guy followed you, but he accidentally exposed his presence just now. Chen Shang released an invisible divine power to scout the previous position he was at. As expected, he found something there, and this Unreal Ghost Eagle was powerful enough to make Chen Shang unable to see how it had hidden itself, nor was he able to see its actual body. This guy has made his body transparent, so you can't see it. Furthermore, it's very good at concealment. If it wasn't for it accidentally causing the spiritual qi in the air to fluctuate, it would have been very difficult for us to discover it. Long Shui said. Can you see how strong it is? Chen Shang was more concerned about this. If it wasn't very strong, he would destroy this guy. If you're not strong, you can beat him. However, I suspect that this fellow was domesticated. Otherwise, he wouldn't be keeping an eye on people. If someone were to kill this rare and unique beast, someone might think that they have been cut off a piece of meat. Long Shui laughed. It was actually sent by someone else. Chen Shang wanted to know which power kept this thing. He felt that it must be an ancient power, because this Unreal Ghost Eagle was an archaic variant. Chen Shang continued to run. He did not use the shrinking step because he had already locked onto the Unreal Ghost Eagle with his divine power, but the Unreal Ghost Eagle did not discover him. This guy's speed is very fast. It can instantly shoot down from the sky. Its claws are very powerful, and it can easily crush iron pieces. Pride Pill God 961, Prideful Pill God. Chapter 962, Primordial Pill God. It was not that he had never seen a strange beast before, but he had never seen one that was so dark. If not for him and Long Shui being able to discover this fellow, he probably would have been ambushed a long time ago. He's close to me. Chen Shang started to run on top of a flat land at a moderate pace. He had done it to lure the Unreal Ghost Eagle and attack him. As long as it reaches the range of its attack, it will immediately attack. This guy is very smart, it seems like it wants to kill me in one hit. Long Shui sneered. Chen Shang scolded himself. Which bastard sent out this kind of thing? Don't let me find him. More than an hour had passed, and the Unreal Ghost Eagle was getting closer and closer to him. Right now, it was directly above his head, and if it swooped down, it would instantly grab his head, but only he could sense that it was following him. This thing is really insidious, I almost didn't find it. Chen Shang had already made his preparations. As long as the Unreal Ghost Eagle descended, he could immediately attack. The Unreal Ghost Eagle could no longer hold it in. Chen Shang could feel that the spirit qi above him was slightly fluctuating, and he also sensed a kind of air flow. The Unreal Ghost Eagle was shooting down from above his head. The transparent Unreal Ghost Eagle seemed to be invisible, and it also had a high concealment ability, making it difficult to sense its existence. However, Chen Shang was able to catch the movements of the Unreal Ghost Eagle through the faint changes in the surrounding environment. Chen Shang immediately took out the green dragon demon slain broadsword S, and with the tip of his blade pointing upwards, his speed was extremely fast. Just as he finished speaking, he felt something hot on his body. This idiot is really courting death. Chen Shang laughed, and then with a boom, a giant eagle whose body was completely black, and whose body had been stabbed by a blade fell down. This black hawk had spread its wings for more than a dozen meters and was ruthlessly stabbed by Chen Shang in the abdomen, directly piercing through the beast core. Furthermore, Chen Shang even poured some into the hail magic wind, freezing this huge hawk to death. It's not small, breaking the beast core is such a pity, but you can let me refine it. Chen Shang released his divine power, only to see the giant hawk being lifted up by a light golden mist, floating in the air. He took a deep breath and released a light golden, translucent pill furnace. This pill furnace was extremely huge, standing tall like a small mountain, with the unreal ghost eagle right in the middle of it. Although Chen Shang could cultivate God power, when he could release it, he could not hide it, and could still reveal a faint golden color. If his divine power grew stronger and stronger in the future, when he used a large amount of it, he would be as transparent as when he used it to scout the surroundings. Right now, he wanted to take this unreal ghost eagle and use it together to practice heavenly alchemy and refine this unreal ghost eagle into a pill. Last time he used it to refine a human, but it did not succeed, because it was in a city, and would be easily disturbed. But now it was different. This unreal ghost eagle was a strange beast, and the flesh and blood beast pills on its body were originally good materials for refining pills. It was much easier compared to refining a human. This is better than using devouring magic kung fu. If this hawk really refines a pill, I wonder what rank it would be. Chen Shang was really looking forward to it. He released the flames and poured them into the gigantic magic method furnace S, burning the unreal ghost eagle's body. In short, it won't be low. After refining the pellet, you can eat it without worrying about any effect. Using the devouring magic kung fu will more or less have some dangerous and other effects. Su Meiyao laughed. This unreal ghost eagle was not weak. If Chen Shang was successful in his sneak attack, even if he did not die, he would be seriously injured, but it did not expect Chen Shang to discover it. Furthermore, when it used its fastest speed to attack, it raised its divine blade, piercing through its beast core, and even froze its consciousness. This was probably the death of the most aggrieved unreal ghost eagle in history. Chen Shang followed the method of refining everything inside the heavenly alchemy and burned this ghost eagle. The heavenly alchemy also had a detailed description of how to refine beasts, which was different from the method of an alchemist. A strange beast like the unreal ghost eagle, even its feathers were treasures. Its feathers were as hard as steel and contained a very special and powerful energy. If it was refined well, it could break down the special energy inside, and in this way, some things would become impurities. Many beasts were born with powerful physical bodies, which humans could not compare to. Most of these were due to the special power contained within the physical bodies of beasts, which allowed them to grow and grow stronger without the need to cultivate their physical bodies. This was also why when refining pills, one would need to add some beast blood, beast core strength, and sometimes even some meat and bones. However, no alchemist had ever refined a whole beast into a pill. They had their own thoughts but did not know how to refine it. And the heavenly alchemy that Chen Shang obtained, was something that taught people how to refine all things. Under the gigantic magic method furnace, it was burning with raging flames. In the evening, the flames were even more dazzling. The unreal ghost eagle had long been split into many different types of bizarre energies. The impurities in its huge body had already been wiped out by Chen Shang. After its body was incinerated, Chen Shang reduced the size of the magic method furnace by a lot, but it was still as tall as two people. He could clearly feel that the special energy released by the unreal ghost eagle was very special. If he ate it, it would be of great help to his body and the cultivation of the innate qi. He could not wait to condense this pellet and eat it. After the unreal ghost eagle was incinerated, most of the energy in its body transformed into mist forms, and a small portion into powder. The powder could not be burnt, and now it was just like the normal refining steps, where many types of energy and mist were mixed with the powder, making it impossible to reject the energy, and the energy could be transformed into even more wondrous energy, condensing it into a pill again, which was ready to be consumed. On the rankings of the ancient beast, this fellow could be ranked 7th, moreover, it was difficult to nurture, and it was extremely difficult to reproduce. Now that he owned one, it could definitely be considered a rare and unique beast, but it had been refined into a pill by Chen Shang. If the master of the unreal ghost eagle knew about this, he would either commit suicide or kill Chen Shang. Chen Shang did not care. The unreal ghost eagle died from his own blade. He felt it was a pity, and used it to concoct pills. The unreal ghost eagle's energy released a rainbow-colored glow, causing Chen Shang to exclaim repeatedly, as expected of an archaic mutated beast, "You're also so beautiful when refining pills. I really want to eat it." Long Shui's appetite was also aroused, and he was drooling in the ring. "Alright, I'll condense 2 pills then, hee. As long as Long Shui was around, he would often look for these things to refine pills. It was enough for him to eat for a long time. Pride Pill God 962 Pride Pill God. Chapter 963. Chen Shang realized that it wasn't very difficult to refine the heavenly alchemy into a pill, so he didn't need the foreseeing alchemy to refine it into a pill. He only followed the methods in the heavenly alchemy to refine the pill, and only used the methods in the heavenly alchemy to concoct the pellet. 13,800,100. The magic method furnace became smaller and smaller, and when the unreal ghost eagle turned into energy fog, it became smaller and smaller. After being continuously squeezed and burned by the flames, the quality of the energy would become higher. He could totally turn this pill into a pill, which was nothing compared to using medicinal herbs to refine pills. The reason why he took out 2 of these pills was so that Long Shui could have a taste of 1 pill. The sky had already completely darkened, and the stars were densely packed in the night sky. The starlight was bright, so while Chen Shang used the Kaomu Heavenly Dan's power to absorb the starlight, he also ignited flames to roast the 2 balls of colorful cyclones inside the magic method furnace that were like stars in the night sky. If it was the way he had eaten in the past, he would have roasted the unreal ghost eagle, but now, he had refined it into a pill to eat. Although roasting the unreal ghost eagle to eat would be more satisfying, and the taste would also be good, but compared the energy and the speed at which it was digested, refining a pill was still better. Are you all right? I'm almost drooling. Long Shui pursed her lips and muttered. She had waited a long time and had already asked many times. Not yet, this is the heavenly alchemy, there is still one more step to forming the core. Chen Shang could imagine the expression of anticipation on Long Shui's face, and this made him shake his head and laugh. What steps? Long Shui licked his lips and asked sweetly. To draw in the various powers in the world and refine this energy, one must go through this step before it tastes good. Behind Chen Shang was a forest. He could absorb the wood energy from the forest into the pill furnace, at the same time, he could absorb the spiritual chi of heaven and earth and the star power in the starry sky. At this moment, he was looking forward to the effects of the pellet more and more. After all, the ingredients used were of the highest quality. That unreal ghost eagle was different from his other medicinal ingredients. As Chen Shang circulated his profound arts, the energy of the stars, the essence of nature, and the energy of heaven and earth all surged over. Through his body, they fused into the heaven fire and through the method of burning flames, they fused into the energy. This method of absorbing the various types of energy in the world was done according to the heavenly alchemy. He did not expect the effect to be so good, to be able to absorb so much in one go. If the heavenly alchemy was easy to refine, he might have already refined that city lord into a pill at City of the King last time. At that time, it was because he knew there were many other troublesome steps that he did not seriously refine. In the dead of the night, it was already close to the stage of condensing a pill. Chen Shang was very anxious, because before, when he absorbed the various energies in the world, there were a lot of movements, and this magic method furnace was actually transparent. As this pellet became more and more refined, the resulting multicolored light became larger and larger, and he was worried that it would attract some people over. Are you almost ready? At this time, Long Shui was like a hungry child looking at the meat broth that was being boiled in the pot. Chen Shang frowned his eyebrows, and said with a heavy tone, almost done, it's just that it's a bit difficult now, when we're condensing pills, it's not as simple as I thought. Use your divine power, Long Shui said. Chen Shang had already used them since long ago. The divine power he released was extremely large, the pure gold light permeated into the magic method furnace and tightly wrapped around the 2 cyclones. As long as they were compressed into pills, it would be considered as a success. It was very difficult to form the core. He had released a large amount of God power, but he still could not push down the 2 cyclones. But he knew he would succeed sooner or later, because the 2 cyclones were slowly shrinking, but it would take a very long time to do so. Use all of your God power. This is your test. No matter how strong your God power is, you need to train more. What Long Shui said was the truth. If there was an empty and boundless God power that was unable to control it easily, it would be useless in the slightest. Chen Shang also wanted to quickly condense a pill, so he immediately released even more divine power and turned the magic method furnace into a pill furnace that was cast in pure gold. Golden clouds shot out in all directions, and under the night sky, it was like a peerless gem, causing the stars in the sky to lose their luster. However, the 2 pellets inside the furnace did not show any signs of weakness. Under the pressure of Chen Zhang's divine power, the pellet released a 7-colored light that was comparable to the blinding golden light, making it look extremely beautiful. Suddenly, the ground shook slightly. Chen Shang exclaimed, "Too powerful, those 2 pills can actually resist." Before, he had only used the Dawen refining method of the heavenly alchemy to refine pills, and had never used the move of alchemy of all things. Even though these two pills have yet to take shape, to possess such formidable strength, it was truly astonishing. These two pellets were refined from a rare and powerful strange beast, so it was natural for them to have this kind of power. Evil creature, I'm not afraid of you even if you're alive, how about you die? Chen Shang sneered. He suddenly felt a monstrous grievance coming out from the two pellets, releasing his spirit power, using soul-absorbing devil spell, dispersing the meaning inside. HMPH. You want to go against the heavens? Chen Shang heaved a sigh of relief. He did not think that the Unreal Ghost Eagle's telepathic thoughts would be so powerful, to think that it would still be around even after being burnt for such a long time. It was the Unreal Ghost Eagle's telepathic thoughts that caused him to grasp the power of the two pellets, thinking to counterattack. Although the Unreal Ghost Eagle's telepathic thoughts had been eliminated, the ground was shaking even more violently now. This was because the Unreal Ghost Eagle's energy was too strong, and through this degree of compression, the energy became even stronger, releasing a strong pressure that shook the ground. The area that Chen Shang was in was shrouded in golden light. If one were to take matters into their own hands, it was very easy to find him, let alone the fact that there was an earthquake here. Let me handle it, Chen Shang roared, the golden divine power transforming into a few golden dragons, entwined with the two cyclones, tightly locking them down. After a while, the earth calmed down, the golden light and the colorful glow disappeared, and the beautiful starlight once again took over the land while the two Unreal Ghost Eagle pellets had already been successfully refined. The two thumb-sized pills in Chen Zhang's hand seemed to have been assembled together by a multicolored crystal. It didn't release any multicolored light. It's finally done. I never thought that the large bird would be able to refine such a beautiful bead. Long Shui swallowed his saliva and rubbed his hands together in excitement. Chen Shang immediately placed a pill into his Yuyao ring. The Unreal Ghost Eagle that others had painstakingly nurtured for many years had now been kneaded into two pills and snacks by him. Chen Shang swallowed one pellet, and felt a powerful energy undulate inside his body. Right now, it was as if he was drinking alcohol, a surge of hot air was surging into his forelimbs and bones, this pellet was countless times stronger than alcohol. He could feel the warm current and energy churning and roaring in his body. Chapter 964, Arrogant Pill God. This is great, an incomparably pure energy is exploding in my body. This is too great, Long Shui chuckled. I wonder what it would be like to use a dragon to refine pills. In the future, I will definitely catch an old emperor dragon for you to refine a dragon pill. Ha ha eh. Although Long Shui boasted shamelessly, at this time, Chen Shang was also very hopeful that he would be able to refine an emperor dragon. His feeling was the same as Long Shui's, the pure energy that surged violently continuously came out of his body and washed over his body, giving him an indescribable feeling of pleasure. I'm afraid only this ancient beast can have this kind of feeling. This was the first time that Chen Shang felt this good after consuming a spirit pill. 13,800,100. It's a pity that Sister Yu and Sister Meiyao can't eat it, but it's a good opportunity for us in the future. Long Shui laughed. At this moment, she was still licking her lips and savoring the taste. Her training method was different from Chen Zhang's. As long as she slept, she could quickly digest the energy. Chen Shang now had to circulate his energy to refine it, only then would he be able to unleash the power of the Unreal Ghost Eagle pellet. Little Black, did you kill my Little Black? An enraged voice sounded out, accompanied by a gust of violent wind, that blew the spirit tree behind Chen Shang to pieces. A red-robed old man descended from the starry sky like a fiery rock. When his feet landed on the ground, it caused the ground to shake violently and his feet were covered with cracks. After seeing the peach blossom on top of the red robe, Chen Shang was slightly surprised. This was the people from the Peach Blossom Imperial Land. He had guessed many forces, but he never thought that it was sent by the Peach Blossom Imperial Land, and Mu Jialan had always wanted to befriend him, so there was no reason for them to send people to ambush him. Chen Shang was currently full of energy, and was not afraid of anyone finding trouble with him. You're talking about that Unreal Ghost Eagle, right? This guy killed himself by hitting the tip of my blade. I thought it was a pity at the time, so I ate it for nothing. Little Black, you ate him. The red-robed old man was infuriated, his old eyes burning with blood-red flames. Hee, it was this guy who ambushed me from the air. At that time, I was only pointing my blade at the sky, and this idiot was acting all by himself, he deserved it. Chen Shang laughed, but the red-robed elder actually threw a punch forward. The force of the punch was extremely ferocious, it tore through the air and shook the earth, like a bolt of lightning capable of ripping the heavens asunder. Chen Shang took a step forward and in half a blink of an eye, he had already moved away, avoiding the destructive strike. The red-robed old man was truly worthy of being the master of the unreal ghost eagle. He was very powerful. Old man, you're the one who told the big black bird to kill me, right? He deserved to be eaten by me. Oh right, are there a lot of these things in your peach blossom imperial land? Chen Shang licked his lips and laughed. The red-robed old man was provoked by Chen Shang and roared again and again. Like a mad cow, he rushed towards Chen Shang, his fists struck everywhere, the shock wave from his punches was extremely intense, and with every punch, the surrounding temperature rose rapidly. It's just an old man who knows how to use fire. This guy sent that unreal ghost eagle to kill me. I wonder, is it because of his own intentions or the entire Peach Blossom Imperial land? Even though the opponent's fire was very strong, it was only a small itch for him. He could even go through a place like the core of the earth, so how could he be afraid of a fire of this level? Chen Shang, I want to drink your blood and eat your flesh. The red-robed elder was furious, his punches were like wind and tigers, constantly attacking Chen Shang, but they were all dodged by Chen Shang. HMPH, flustered and exasperated old man, I ate your unreal ghost eagle, you eating me is what I eat. Chen Shang sneered, if you had teamed up with that beast to deal with me, maybe you could have taken me down, but you fearless old fellow, you would only dare not approach me from afar. The red-robed old man roared, his body exploding out with red fire that filled the sky, the flames turning into many flaming eagles, rushing towards Chen Shang at an extremely fast speed. Chen Shang waved his hand and released a water wall. At the same time, he also used the black tortoise innate chi to condense 2 water whips, holding them in his hands and lashing at the fire eagles. Water vines. The move that Chen Shang had released was extremely destructive to the people who trained in fire. After the red-robed elder was wrapped around, not only did the fire innate chi inside his body get extinguished, there were also streams of icy cold power that he could not defend against. That was the hail magic wind. Chen Shang let it silently enter the cold old man's consciousness and in a few blinks of an eye, the old man shivered. Just as Chen Shang was about to pull out his blade to slash at him, the red-robed elder suddenly shouted out. Blood was flowing out of his body, his blood was burning with a black flame, it was unbelievable that he could actually burn his water vines. Little bastard, I will definitely kill you. The red-robed old man suddenly became very calm. Black mist of blood exploded from his body as it burned with black flames. Soon after, it turned into a ray of red light and disappeared in a certain direction. You won't be able to escape, I'll definitely kill you. Chen Shang fiercely leapt into the air and stepped on the shrinking step. After a few steps, he disappeared, and his speed was not slow either. The red-robed man was forced to use a secret technique to escape, that technique would only harm his own cultivation or risk being crippled. Chen Shang could not let him escape successfully. Chen Zhang's speed had reached his limit, and this was the first time he was using the shrinking step with all of his strength, so the red-robed elder's speed was also extremely terrifying. In a short moment, he was already so far away, but this escaping technique that could burn his own life didn't last long. Little naughty dragon, do you want me to refine this old fellow for you to eat? Chen Shang laughed. Nope, just thinking about it makes me lose my appetite. Long Shui said as she curled her lips. Chen Shang did not want to eat it either, but he wanted to test the effects of the pill. The speed of the red-robed elder had slowed down a lot, and did not realize that Chen Shang was following closely behind. Where is this direction? It feels like the spirit chi there is rather special, and only those large spirit vein have such a thing. Chen Shang said in shock. The red-robed elder suddenly stopped, and from behind, Chen Shang saw many people rushing out from a tall mountain, all of them seemed to be riding on a beam of light, flying towards the red-robed elder. It's Yao Shumai and her daughter, and the Alad. The demon empress is also here, why are they here? Chen Shang was very surprised, he did not slow down at all. Leader, save me. He knew that he could not defeat Chen Shang, he did not know that Chen Zhang's strength was so terrifying. Being able to restrain him at such a young age, if he did not use a secret technique to escape, he would have died a long time ago. Arrogant Pill God. Chapter 965, Pride Pill God. Pride Pill God, 965, Prideful Pill God. Elder Yan, what happened? The moment Yao Shumai asked that question, he heard the light voice of the demon empress, it's Chen Shang. Chen Zhang's shrinking step had reached its limit, and not long after the red-robed elder stopped, he caught up. With an expressionless face, He raised his arm and slapped it towards the red-robed elder who was not far away, only seeing a huge green dragon shining with a piercing green light. Chen Shang could feel a few waves of extremely strong resistance, one from the demon empress, Yao Shumai, and the other from Mu Jialan. Humph! Chen Shang roared angrily. He was not willing to surrender to these three strong energies. Suddenly thousands of gigantic mountains that reached into the clouds appeared behind him. Under the night sky, these 10,000 tall mountains were enveloped in a silver-white light. Their sudden appearance not only gave people a strong feeling of impact, but also a strong pressure. The power of 10,000 mountains. Chen Zhang's dragon claw suddenly grew big. The aura and power generated by the myriad mountains painting behind him fiercely rushed into his body, allowing him to obtain a very strong power. Die! Chen Shang roared like a dragon. The green dragon claw was filled with overflowing killing intent. The killing intent it produced obscured the stars and moon, causing the world to turn pitch black. Boom! The dragon claw broke through the three forces that were blocking it with unstoppable force. The dragon claw converged, shining brightly in the night, its huge dragon claw splashing out streams of green chi like a dragon dancing in the air, swallowing the mountains and rivers. The red-robed old man in the dragon claw was pressed together by a burst of force, and turned into a pile of minced meat. Humph, what do you mean? How dare you stop me from killing? Chen Shang said angrily, not at all afraid of the two female heavyweights and the demon empress. Chen Shang, did you not hear me call him Clan Elder Yan just now? Yao Shumai was slightly angry, but her jade-like face remained calm. She knew that Chen Shang would never kill her Peach Blossom Imperial land for no reason. I didn't hear it, but I do know that this guy chased me multiple times, once sending a unreal ghost eagle. After the unreal ghost eagle died, he personally came out, but he didn't get anything. Instead, he was chased all the way here by me. Chen Shang said coldly. What? The unreal ghost eagle died? Where is the corpse? Yao Shumai cried out in alarm, and her beautiful face lost all color. So did Mu Jialan and the demon empress. I ate it. Chen Shang snorted lightly, this guy is courting death, don't blame me. The unreal ghost eagle was an archaic strange beast that her Peach Blossom Imperial land had raised for many years. It took a lot of effort, and every year, it would consume a lot of resources and eat a lot of spirit medicines to grow to a point where her body became transparent. But now, it had been eaten by Chen Shang. The corner of Ji Yudongchen's mouth twitched. He obviously knew that the unreal ghost eagle was very precious, but he did not expect that the outcome would actually be Chen Zhang's indifferent. I was eaten. Hey, Duan Sanchang told me before, your Peach Blossom Imperial land doesn't want to form a feud with me, and now you are sending people to kill me. If I didn't hear that your relationship with Dan Fragrance Pure Land and yourself were not bad, I wouldn't be so easy to deal with right now. I can't beat you, but you can't. Chen Shang crossed his arms across his chest, his face full of anger. Yao Shumai did not speak as he closed his eyes to eliminate the anger in his heart, but Mu Jialan only looked at him with a pair of sad and beautiful eyes. Chen Shang looked at the little demon empress. You are the little demon empress, right? But why did you attack me? Quote, Madam Peach Blossom is my friend. Can't I help her? Her voice was gentle, but to Chen Shang, it was ice cold. Even she herself did not understand why, especially when Chen Shang used a pair of thief-like eyes to scan her body from top to bottom. The look in her eyes was as if she wanted to melt her pale pink dress. She had never been stared at with such boldness and rudeness before. This woman is probably as good as my sister in poison. Bai Yuyu sighed lightly. She suddenly missed her sister a lot. She had never missed her sister this much. Maybe they know each other. Can I ask her? Chen Zhang's heart moved as he asked for Bai Yuyu's opinion. Alright, just try your best not to expose me. Bai Yuyu really wanted to know the news about her elder sister. Yao Shumai opened his eyes and gently spat out a mouthful of orchid. His anger had already disappeared, and he recovered his dignified and noble attitude, using a slightly lazy and gentle voice to say, I do not know about Elder Yan bringing the unreal ghost eagle out. I will investigate, and that will end now. Ji Yudongchen finally spoke. He said, Madam Peach Blossom, if any of the other people in your Peach Blossom Imperial land wants to use this matter to make things difficult for you, just speak. My super martial school will help you. Wouldn't it be fine to keep this a secret? The little demon empress said as she and Chen Shang looked at each other. Ji Yudongchen really wanted to kick this junior martial uncle. He knew that Chen Shang could get someone as beautiful as Lu Menger and Hua Shangyu, but now that he had seen the demon empress, his eyes never left her. This was the first time she had met this kind of man. If it was anyone else who looked at her in this way, they would normally shift their gaze when she looked back at them. However, Chen Shang did not. Suddenly, a gloomy and aged voice sounded. It's a wishful thinking, the unreal ghost eagle that killed our Peach Blossom Imperial Land, we can't let it go no matter what. Quote. The demon empress turned her head to look at the red-clothed elderly man who was flying over and said to Chen Shang, are you still not going to run? This is the great clan elder of the Peach Blossom Imperial Land. Quote. Why should I run? I know that someone at his level wouldn't act against a small fry like me. If the great clan elder of the Peach Blossom Imperial Land is something as big as bullying a small fry like me, if word of this gets out, the Peach Blossom Imperial Land will probably be used by others to compare himself to the Feng clan, Flying Immortal School, and Purple Moon Imperial Land. Chen Shang said loudly, as if he was trying to spread these words across the entire Heaven Thunder Purgatory. Feng clans and Flying Immortal School's reputation had indeed declined greatly. If Peach Blossom Imperial Land also followed in their footsteps, then the world would have another person to mock. The great clan elder of Peach Blossom Imperial Land had originally wanted to attack, but now he could only endure. Was it you who killed Jing Xingliang? The Grand Elder asked, his voice low and sinister. As he spoke, the wrinkles on his face trembled in a very frightening manner. The entire human realm knows that I killed Jing Xingliang. How could you not know? Are you tired? You're already half dead, so stop wasting your time. Chen Shang retorted back, causing the great clan elder to instantly become enraged. He really wanted to kill Chen Shang with a palm. Pride Pill God, 965, Prideful Pill God. Chapter 966, Arrogant Pill God. Jing Xingliang being the son of the Peach Blossom Imperial Land was something that everyone knew. And now, Chen Shang was admitting it in front of the Peach Blossom Imperial Lands and the great clan elder's eyes, clearly putting the Peach Blossom Imperial Land in a difficult position. http://.com No bulletproof windows. Although Yao Shumai was a leader, she and the great clan elder were not on friendly terms. It was because she relied on her dead husband to get the leader, and also because she was a girl, it was natural for her to be excluded from the Peach Blossom Imperial Land. Even though she was a leader, she did not have the final say in Peach Blossom Imperial Land. It could be said that there were two sects in Peach Blossom Imperial Land, and Yao Shumai belonged to the weaker faction. The only reason she was able to be a leader was because the great clan elder did not want her to suffer both defeat and defeat. Chen Shang had long known about this from Ji Meixian, so Yao Shumai was not a threat. Of course I will not attack you. It is not my turn to attack a member of the younger generation like you. The great clan elder of the Peach Blossom Imperial Land had an angry look on his face as he said coldly. This great clan elder's name was He Kaiyang, and many of the ancient powers knew that she was fighting against Yao Shumai. It was not the first or second day that Yao Shumai and his wife were being bullied in Peach Blossom Imperial Land, but Yao Shumai had made many friends, such as the little demon empress and Ji Yudongchen, who had a good relationship with her. You killed Jing Xingliang and the unreal ghost eagle, you won't be able to escape today, but we'll give you a chance. He Kaiyang had a sinister smile on his face. Chen Shang could sense that there were more than 10 experts present, and they were all hiding in secret to prevent him from escaping. Chen Shang felt disdain in his heart. If he were to run, the person in front of him would not be able to stop him at all. Back then, when he went to the sacred Dan realm to snatch the chaos fire, he had to take the risk and step into that dangerous situation. Great clan elder, leave this matter to me, you better not push Peach Blossom Imperial Land into a pit of fire. She was only making the right choice. If she and the great clan elder were to be enemies with Chen Shang today, allowing Chen Shang to escape successfully, their Peach Blossom Imperial Land would be the same as the Feng clan and would be met with endless vengeance. HMPH, what kind of waves can a little brat create? Feng clan and the rest were just too careless, that's why they were tricked so many times by this little demon. I will not make their mistakes. What He Kaiyang cared about was Chen Zhang's green dragon demon slain broadsword. As long as he could obtain this divine blade, his future would be limitless, and he might even be able to become a leader. Yang Yi, I'll leave this brat to you. He Kaiyang said lightly. Hearing He Kaiyang's words, the complexions of both Mu Jialan and Yao Shumai changed. They clearly knew who Yang Yi was, and he seemed to be an extraordinary one as well. Chen Shang suddenly felt a ripple in space. He only saw a person appearing beside He Kaiyong, holding a purple sword. The sword blade was engraved with a purple dragon, the spirit grain were densely packed. At the end of the sword hilt was a dragon head that was absorbing purple fire. With one look, one could tell that this sword was not an ordinary sword. "Master, do you want to die alive?" Yang Yi asked woodenly. Chen Shang looked at the person called Yang Yi. He was dressed in black, and was extremely handsome. The only bad thing was, he looked like a cold dead person, his face was as though he was frozen, and when his eyes looked at other people, they would carry a deep disdain, as though he deserved to be beaten. "It doesn't matter if he lives or dies. Just take his green dragon demon slain broadsword." He Kaiyong looked at Chen Shang. "Do you dare to fight against the new son of heaven of our peach blossom imperial land? If you lose, hand over the green dragon demon slain broadsword." Quote. "If I win, let me go." "Right." Chen Shang gave a cold laugh. "Do you really think you can trap me? Don't be so arrogant. With my master here, you have no chance of survival. Battling me is your only hope, but it's very small. If you are willing to obediently offer up the green dragon demon slain broadsword and kowtow to our peach blossom imperial land to apologize and become my master's slave, you might still be able to live a little longer." Yang Yi said indifferently, as though he was less than an ant. The demon empress looked at Ji Yudongchen, indicating that she should help Chen Shang. However, when she saw that Ji Yudongchen did not seem to be concerned with himself, she knew that Ji Yudongchen was not worried at all about his junior master. However, Yao Shumai's expression was still very heavy. She clearly knew the root of this Yang Yi's strength. "Who do you think your master is? You want me to be his slave? I didn't like him carrying my shoes. Who the hell are you? You think that you can slash me with a divine sword?" Chen Shang looked like he did not care at all. He really did not put Yang Yi in his eyes. "You are the arrogant ones, even the demon empress here does not have a 100% chance of stopping me. Are you guys stronger than the demon empress? Then why not fight with the demon empress and get her to hand over her most precious treasure?" Quote. "You bandits, you see others have treasures, and then you stop them from fighting with others. If you win, that's yours. If you lose, then you let them go. Isn't that just a waste of money?" He Kaiyong said angrily. "That's because you killed our former son, Jing Xingliang, and our peach blossom imperial land's precious beast, the unreal ghost eagle." Chen Shang refuted loudly. "Jing Xingliang deserved to die. Your heavenly woman can testify that he made a move on me first. Do you think you have nothing better to do? As for that unreal ghost eagle, you guys do not have high hopes for it. If you let it attack me, that would be seeking death." Quote. "If others want to deal with me, I have to resist. If I slap your left cheek, will you stretch your right cheek over for me to slap?" Quote. "No matter what, you have to hand over the green dragon demon slain broadsword. This level of divine tool cannot fall into your hands." He Kaiyong was in the wrong as he shouted loudly. "No matter what, you have to cut off your head. A person like you doesn't deserve a person's mind." Chen Shang laughed coldly. "I can even speak such bullshit." "Attack," He Kaiyong said to Yang Yi in a low voice. Yang Yi suddenly disappeared. Chen Shang only sensed a very weak ripple in space, then Yang Yi's chi would completely disappear. This Yang Yi is born with a special technique. He can hide in the void of space. He can travel through those void spaces. You better be careful. Mu Jialan reminded Chen Shang. His own strength is about the same as mine, but he possesses such a powerful spatial technique. I am not his opponent. Pride of the world, prideful god of pills, prideful god of pills, prideful god of all things. Chapter 967. Chen Shang now understood why Yang Yi was so confident. He had truly mastered a powerful mysterious technique. The space outside was simply a void. That place was a mess, filled with tyrannical power of space, and had a very profound law of space. But this Yang Yi could enter that void space at any time, and then let go of that void space to teleport out. This was too heaven-defying. Not giving him time to think, he felt a very weak ripple in space. This ripple was like a very fine speck of dust that landed on the ground, and it was difficult for anyone to detect it. Even the demon empress present could not feel such a ripple, so there was no need to mention Ji Yudongchen, Yao Shumai and the others. If Chen Shang had not cultivated the divine blade and refined the deep sea, his consciousness would have reached perfection and turned into divine powers. He would not be able to feel this fluctuation right now. Half of the purple-colored sword suddenly appeared, piercing towards Chen Zhang's throat. Everyone was shocked when they saw this, because they could only see the other half of the sword, not the person or the sword hilt. This stab came from another space. The most inconceivable thing was that when the half of the sword stabbed out, Chen Shang slightly turned his head, barely dodging the attack, otherwise, his throat would have been pierced through. Yang Yi did not manage to hit it, and immediately retrieved back his purple celestial sword. S face had a trace of a burn wound, as though he had been burned by red-hot iron, and it smelt of smoke and charred flesh. Just now, he had avoided being pierced in his own throat, but the sword still slid past his face. Truly amazing. Your distinguished self has truly grasped the essence of the ability of a turtle to hide its head. This humble one truly admires that ability. Chen Shang ridiculed. Yang Yi thrusted out his sword again, in response to Chen Shang. This sword was extremely vicious, and actually stabbed right into Chen Zhang's legs. Now I understand why the Peach Blossom Imperial Land is made up of women. I never thought that men are made out of this kind of stuff. Chen Shang said angrily. Since the other party was already so ruthless, he definitely could not be merciful. Humph, what's the use of having a tough mouth? You can't even touch a single strand of his hair, just give up. He Kaiyang sneered. Is that so? Can I really not touch a hair of his? Chen Shang glared at him angrily. Stepping on the ground, he immediately caused the earth to shake, the wind to howl, lightning to flash. His arms trembled, and a white mist leaked out. The incomparably vast dragon power was brewing inside Chen Zhang's dantian, shaking the world, causing the weather to change, the ground to tremble, as though an angry dragon that had been sealed for 10,000 years had been born. It seemed that Yang Yi had truly angered him. Yang Yi relied on his ability to hide in the void and wasn't afraid of Chen Shang at all. Right at this moment, he suddenly thrusted at Chen Zhang's legs again. The speed of his thrust was extremely fast, and regardless of whether it hit or not, he would immediately withdraw it back, preventing his immortal sword from being attacked. However, this sword strike did not hit, because Chen Zhang's entire body was enveloped by a strong and transparent force. What terrifying power! The dragon power that the Taiji dragon suppressed Kung Fu has cultivated into is indeed extraordinary. It is really the same as the dragon's power, and it is even scarier than some of the true dragon's powers. This was the first time the Demon Empress saw Chen Shang only use his strongest power. Previously, when Chen Shang was fighting with the Heaven Devil King, the devil-suppressing holy power he used were different. Yang Yi and He Kaiyang were completely shocked by Chen Zhang's dragon power. One must know that Chen Shang had just stepped into the Nirvana stage not long ago, so he had at most went through 3 tribulations. This made Yang Yi and He Kaiyang want to kill Chen Shang even more. Both of Chen Zhang's eyes released a gold light. It was the god power that had surged out from his. He focused the god power into his eyes and condensed it into 2 points. Looking at his surroundings, he was locking onto Yang Yi's location. Following the continuous release of his dragon power, the earth trembled even more violently. His body was also covered in red gold scales, making him look like a dragon-shaped human warrior, his entire body brimming with destructive energy. Yang Yi was fearless. Although Chen Zhang's current strength was terrifying, it was not able to threaten him who was in a void space. Even if Chen Shang had the power to tear through space, she would not be able to find him. The night sky was completely covered by dark clouds. Bolts of lightning danced wildly, shining the pitch-black world. Accompanied by the whistling wind, it felt as if a demon had descended from the sky. Everyone present looked at Chen Shang with their mouths wide open. They had distanced themselves from him, as they could accept his display of strength. Because, every time a dragon appeared, it was more or less like this. A purple light suddenly flashed, and Chen Zhang's pair of golden eyes seemed to have already seen it. A hand quickly extended out, transforming into an illusionary image, blocking the purple light, and suddenly grabbed onto the purple immortal sword. His hand was wrapped with the white tiger fist gloves. Although it was only half a white tiger divine weapon, it was already very powerful, so when it came to dealing with immortal equipment, he did not waste any time talking. Now that the purple immortal sword was tightly grasped by him, it could not even move. You bastard, get out here. Chen Shang used a lot of force and pulled out his sword with him. Chen Shang had already expected that this fellow would love the sword as if it were his life. As long as he could grab onto this sword, he would be able to pull him out. Yang Yi just did not expect Chen Shang to have this kind of power, holding onto the immortal sword empty-handed, and even grabbing the immortal sword to death. Master! Yang Yi bellowed, while Chen Zhang's leg flew forward, and fiercely kicked Yang Yi's crotch. That heavy kick could even kick Tai Shan, let alone the weak Eggy. When the men present saw this, Eggy couldn't help but feel pain. They could imagine the scene of an egg shattering as it fell onto the ground. Blast your turtle egg, Chen Shang said viciously. He remembered that Leng Yulin had been saying this a lot. Yang Yi was kicked in the crotch area by Chen Shang. He was almost crippled. In that moment he lost all his strength, and released the purple immortal sword. The foot Chen Shang gave him was full of power, and nearly used up 30% of Chen Zhang's dragon power. If a huge mountain was kicked, it would shatter, so Yang Yi's entire lower body would lose all feeling. Then, a gold light shot out from between Chen Zhang's brows and seeped into the purple sword. He instantly erased the imprint on the sword and placed it inside the ring. Little bastard! Flew into a rage. They were not allowed to snatch the divine blade, and instead the immortal sword was snatched away by Chen Shang. How could he endure this? With a leap, his palm condensed with a burst of red energy, he smashed it towards Chen Shang. When Chen Shang obtained the immortal sword, he stepped on the shrinking step and flew towards Yang Yi, dodging He Kaiyang's furious palm. At the same time, he arrived at Yang Yi's side, who was lying on the ground and moaning. His palm landed on Yang Yi's dantian, and his body trembled, releasing a dense mist. At the same time, He Kaiyang flashed behind him, and smashed his palm towards the back of's head. Shadow Shifter. Under the mist, Chen Shang immediately unleashed the sacred art he had just learned, allowing him and Yang Yi to exchange positions at an extremely fast speed. Furthermore, the moment that the mist dissipated was also extremely appropriate, allowing Yang Yi to receive that palm blow to the point that his head was about to burst open, and everyone saw this scene. Chen Shang immediately ran away on his shrinking step, and shouted while grinning, "You killed yourself." Pride Pill God 967 _ Pride Pill God A. Chapter 968, Arrogant Pill God. He Kaiyang's hands were full of blood, his skinny body was trembling, his eyes were bloodshot. Looking at the blood in his hands, he did not dare believe that he had personally killed his disciple, and even made the immortal sword not take it away. That immortal sword was bestowed to Yang Yi by a great character who came down from heaven realm. Because Yang Yi possessed that strange technique of teleporting through void space, that great figure at that time praised him endlessly, giving him an immortal sword the moment he got excited. Even his master was envious, but now both of He Kaiyang's eyes turned red. He led his 10-odd clan elders and ran in the direction that Chen Shang had disappeared to. Yao Shumai originally wanted to stop them, but in the blink of an eye, the group had disappeared into the distance. That's the purple dragon immortal sword. I heard it was refined from a purple dragon bone and it has a bit of fame in the heaven realm. It was actually snatched away by a little brat here. Although Chen Zhang's strength was 1,000 miles away from hers, his actions were extremely shocking. Hee, I am already used to it. My martial uncle is so powerful, you must have formed an alliance with him. If it were not for the fact that many people think about Junior Master's Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword and Heaven Earth Killing method, he would definitely be treated as an important guest by many of the great powers. Ji Yu Dongchen laughed. Chen Shang was indeed right. Chen Shang was a strange person in the young generation. He had the demeanor of a great emperor, but because his strength was currently too weak, he was able to grasp many shocking and precious things, which was why he was being chased by so many great powers. Madam Peach Blossom, you should prepare how to deal with the aftermath of your great elder's death. I feel that if they were to chase after our junior martial uncle, they probably won't be able to come back alive. Ji Yu Dongchen's words made Yao Shumai and Mu Jialan's bodies tremble slightly. The fragrance of their jade bodies started to spread, and it was heard that many experts who went after Chen Shang rarely returned alive. The last time Chen Shang used his status to obtain the Heaven Earth Killing method in Pill City, he attracted many ancient powers, and many experts died at that time and night, all because of Chen Shang. However, no one knew what kind of method Chen Shang used, but up until now, people had still discussed about this strange matter from time to time. If this is kept secret, I might not feel so pressured in the future. Yao Shumai looked in one direction, which was the large mine that their Peach Blossom Imperial Lands were occupying. Just now, two people ran towards that direction. The little demon empress looked at her surroundings and said softly, "You don't have to worry about this, you can talk to Chen Shang about it first. On the surface, you are treating him hard, chasing after him, offering him rewards, but in the shadows, you are on good terms with him. That's not a problem. My junior master's escaping ability is first rate, so it's not a big deal even if there is another Peach Blossom Imperial Land chasing after him. Even if the Demon Empress were to send out the entire Demon Charming Association, I'm afraid that it would be difficult to catch him." Ji Yu Dongchen chuckled. Chen Zhang's strength was similar to his, but there was no guarantee that he would win in the future, not to mention that he was extremely respectful to his own master and Huang Jintian. For Chen Shang to be able to cultivate the Taiji dragon suppressed Kung Fu, it meant that he was a madman like his master and Huang Jintian. Chen Shang had only been in the Heaven Thunder Purgatory for a short while, but he had already caused so much trouble. First, he had killed the Son of Heaven, released a large group of people, then killed many elders of the Purple Moon Imperial Land, and annihilated the Heaven Devil King. Now, he had even killed the new Son of Heaven Peach Blossom, who possessed a special technique and was bestowed a celestial sword by a great figure of the Heaven Realm. The great clan elder would never admit that he had smashed his own head, if not, what would the big figures of the Heaven Realm think of him? Although Ji Dongchen and the Demon Empress were present, their words would definitely be denied by the Peach Blossom Imperial Land. It was just that the great elder He Kaiyang was still chasing after Chen Shang and had not returned to the Peach Blossom Imperial Land for several days already. These guys have suffered a huge loss. Not only did they lose a good seedling, they even lost an immortal sword in my hands. Haha, Chen Shang was secretly delighted. He sprinted forward and laughed non-stop, making the old fellow, who was chasing after him, stomp his feet in anger. He Kaiyang did not dare to attack Chen Shang right now. He was worried that something like a Heaven Devil King would appear if too many things were to be destroyed. Old guys, it's better for you to take a break. If we're competing in strength, you can defeat me with a single slap. But in terms of speed, you guys can't compare to 10 Heaven's Supreme Lord's shrinking step. Haha. As Chen Shang flew away, he encouraged the elders behind him, if this goes on, all of your old bones will break apart. By the way, great elder, how did you feel when you smashed your disciple's head? Isn't that great? It was not the first time that Chen Shang had poked his sore spot. Now, He Kaiyang could no longer endure and roared. However, it was just a mad shout and nothing more. His chest was blocked. If he did not shout, he would definitely explode in anger. It was not difficult for Chen Shang to get rid of the people chasing after him, it was just that he did not want them to return so easily. If possible, he wanted to kill all these fellows so that they would not grow stronger and threaten him in the future. 10 days had passed and Chen Shang had not stopped even once as he stepped on the shrinking step. The people following behind were the same as well, they had chased for so many days and Chen Shang was right in front of them, so how could they give up? Of course, they had suspected that Chen Shang was deliberately playing with them, but they felt that this was Chen Zhang's fastest speed, otherwise, they would have left them in the dust long ago. They had experienced the hardships that they had endured during these 10 days, and they believed that for a young man like Chen Shang, escaping from such a place would take a lot of energy, so they continued to chase him down. If they knew that Chen Shang had cultivated to the large success stage of Immortal Devil Body and had countless of medicinal pellets on him, they would have returned a long time ago without even looking back. The other was to bring this group of old bones to tour around the beautiful scenery of the Heaven Thunder Purgatory. He wanted to see why the White Tiger told Duan Sanchang and the others not to come in, he wanted to know what secrets the Heaven Thunder Purgatory was hiding, and also wanted to find Duan Sanchang's grandfather. Chen Shang brought this group of people and ran for 13 days. Just at the evening of that day, he suddenly felt that something was amiss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11. Chen Shang was shocked, so there weren't 10 old fellows. Why is there one now? Quote, I didn't notice it either. When did this guy come out? He seems to be right behind those old fellows. Long Shui also felt that this was unbelievable. Damn, why does this slovenly old fellow look so similar to Duan Sanchang? Don't tell me it's his grandfather. Chen Shang was stunned for a moment. The people of the Duan clan were truly eccentric. Duan Sanchang's grandfather was actually laughing as he followed closely behind them, just like a naughty old man who wanted to join in on the fun. Chapter 969. Duan Sanchang's grandfather was once the patriarch of the Duan clan. Although there were only a dozen or so people in the Duan clan, for him to be able to become the patriarch, his strength must be extraordinary. Furthermore, Duan Sanchang once said that his grandfather was a tomb-robbing genius. The people of Peach Blossom Imperial Land also discovered that there was one more person in their team. This smiling dirty old man was like a ghost, suddenly appearing and following them for a period of time, causing them to tremble in fear. Who are you? He did not slow down at all. As long as they were slightly slower, Chen Shang would be able to escape. I am Duan Chang, who are you? The old man chuckled. You guys are faster. You live much longer than that kid. Why are you running so slow? Duan Sanchang had mentioned his grandfather's name before, and it was precisely Duan Chong. This slovenly old man was truly Duan Sanchang's grandfather. Don't worry about it, you'd better stay away from us. Although he knew that Duan Chong's strength was not weak, he was not afraid. If not for the fact that he was chasing and killing Chen Shang right now, he would have stopped to take care of him. Duan Chong's old face revealed a trace of anger. I already told you my name is Duan Chong, why didn't you tell me? You cheated. Scram to the side. If you keep bothering us, don't blame us for being impolite. He Kaiyong shouted in anger. Chen Zhang's voice came from the front. This is the Duan clan's patriarch, you guys don't want the Peach Blossom Imperial Land's tombs to be dug up, you'd better be a bit more polite towards him. There were very few members of the Duan clan, moreover, their movements were usually secretive. Others only knew their surname, so they rarely knew their name. The ancient powers would usually call them tomb robbers. At this moment, He Kaiyong did not doubt in the slightest what Chen Shang had said. The strange old man in front of him was indeed very similar to the Duan clan's patriarch who had disappeared for many years. He also knew that the Duan clan had extremely powerful concealment abilities, so they could quietly come to their side. All of you are really boring. To think that the little guy in front of me is more interesting. I'm not playing with you all anymore. As Duan Chong spoke, he disappeared in a flash. In just an instant, he had arrived beside Chen Shang. This startled Chen Shang so much that he almost shouted loudly. Even though he was not using his full power with his shrinking step, his speed was definitely not slow. This Duan Chong actually arrived beside him in just an instant. This old fellow, how did he do it? Chen Shang asked Long Shuiyi. I don't know, it doesn't seem like a secret spatial technique, because I don't sense any fluctuations in space. Long Shuiyi thought about it bitterly, because she felt that Duan Chong's method was somewhat familiar. Right, it's shadow step. This is a very ancient secret technique. It's said that as long as your shadow is moving, he will be able to follow you and not let you know. Duan Chong grinned and laughed. Kid, how did you recognize me? Not many people know my name. Quote. Chen Shang said honestly, your darling grandson told me. When I came in, he asked me to come and find you. This brat is really considerate. When you go back, tell them that I have something important to take care of here, so they don't need to worry about me. Right, why are these guys chasing you? Duan Chong actually didn't suspect Chen Zhang's words. Not only did they come to kill me time and time again, they even wanted to rob me. I was forced to kill some of them. I was outnumbered, so I had no choice but to escape. Chen Shang sighed. Duan Chong nodded. You are currently using the shrinking step, right? Only the people of the ground killing are able to grasp this kind of footwork. It seems like it is normal for you all to have mastered the initial stage of the ground killing and to be chased down by them. Quote. Chen Zhang's eyes lit up. Duan Chong knew a lot of things, many people knew about the heaven-earth killing method, but they did not know that it was divided into many different levels. Senior, can you help me? Kill them all. Who knew that Duan Chong would say it very casually? No problem, but after they die, Peach Blossom Imperial Land will definitely know that it was you who did it. Aren't you afraid of offending Peach Blossom Imperial Land? What's wrong with that? Feng Clan, Flying Immortal School, Purple Moon Imperial Land, and White Sea Imperial Land have all fought against me, so I am not afraid of having another Peach Blossom Imperial Land. Chen Shang looked indifferent. He really wasn't afraid. Oh my god, as expected of someone who obtained the inheritance of the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord, you have guts. Alright, I'll help you deal with these guys, but I'm only responsible for catching them. When you kill them, you'll have to do it yourself. Duan Chong spoke very easily. Looking at his expression, it was as if he was trying to catch someone at the back. Thank you, senior. Chen Shang laughed, this way he would not have to do it himself. He Kaiyong and the others who were chasing from behind had faces full of anger, because the old and young ones in front of them actually looked down on them. This angered them greatly. They were trying their best to escape, but they were still unable to catch up. He Kaiyong kept staring at the two in front of him, and suddenly, Duan Chong disappeared. Be careful. He Kaiyong was extremely vigilant. Upon discovering that Duan Chong was not seeing him, he immediately tensed up, and was ready to take action. Chen Shang released his god power and observed the situation. He wanted to see how Duan Chong dealt with He Kaiyong and the others. I know you're re-elected leader. We even drank alcohol at that time. It's just that I never thought that the people of the Peach Blossom Imperial Land would not fall to such a degree. They're actually just like those traitors, a group of robbers. Duan Chong had a strange smile on his face, making people tremble with fear. The previous leader had ascended a long time ago. He was a character, and after living for many years, Duan Chong had actually recognized him, which meant that Duan Chong was a person of that era. If our old leader is here, he would definitely support us. That kid has a green dragon demon slain broadsword after all. He Kaiyong was a little afraid. Regarding the Duan clan, many of the ancient powers only knew that their people were withered and their tombs were stolen all year round. They were cursed, so they did not know much else. That makes it even harder to fight for it. Don't you know the origin of that blade? Guo Chong did not immediately take action, but followed beside He Kaiyong. Nonsense, we don't know how to snatch it. He Kaiyong said. Back then, he consecutively received respect from Great Yan Jing for this blade, and it took him a lot of effort to subdue this divine blade. It can also be said that this blade took the initiative to recognize its master, and was blood related to the Ten Heavens Supreme Lord. Later, the Ten Heavens Supreme Lord paid a heavy price to not let this blade disappear with him, and had to cut off all contact with the divine blade. The divine blade was also affected, the soul of the blade was destroyed, but its spirit was still around. Guo Chong paused for a moment before continuing, which is to say, this blade is already linked to that brat's life, unless that brat is the same as Ten Heavens Supreme Lord, but with his current strength, he is unable to do so. This godly blade cannot be given to anyone else, so no one can take it away, it's futile. This guy is even more sinister than Ten Heavens Supreme Lord. Quote, I don't believe it. Although He Kaiyong said that, he believed half of it. Chapter 970. Chen Shang now knew how the green dragon demon slain broadsword broke away from the Ten Heavens Supreme Lord, but he was very curious. The four symbols divine weapons was above the Chen martial continent, so this was obviously not a coincidence. Senior, stop bragging with him. Hurry up and make your move. Chen Shang urged. He was anxious to ask Duan Chong some things. 13,800,100. I have to brew. Duan Chong continued to speak to He Kaiyong. I know you may not believe me, but what I said was the truth. You guys and those who tried to steal my blade all wasted your efforts, especially those who died because of me. You truly deserved death for nothing. He killed 2 of my disciples and stole our celestial swords. I must catch him. He Kaiyong's face was filled with anger as he thought about all of these things. Oh, if you want to kill them or steal their divine blades, then kill them. Now that he is the one who killed them and even stole a celestial sword, it means that they are a group of pigs. Duan Chong chuckled. You're courting death. He Kaiyong roared angrily. He pushed his palm towards Duan Chong, who was not far away from him, causing a gust of astral wind to blow, but Duan Chong had disappeared the moment he used his palm. What is this? For some reason, He Kaiyong and the other 9 elderly men felt their feet sink into the soil, as though they were standing on a swamp, and were slowly sinking. Furthermore, no matter how much strength they used, they were unable to break free, so the moment they released their powers, the energy would immediately be absorbed, and their bodies would descend even faster. In the blink of an eye, they had sunk down to their knees, where Chen Shang had also stopped. From his current position, they could feel that this area was shrouded by a very strange and powerful force, causing them to sink down. Duan Chong came to Chen Zhang's side and laughed. Do these idiots really think I'm easy to bully? Pit of hell, didn't your Duan clan lose its legacy long ago? Hurry and leave, otherwise my Peach Blossom Imperial Land will definitely exterminate your Duan clan. He Kaiyong shouted in shock. Bullsh *T. You should beg for mercy at this time. That way, you might be able to die a bit more comfortably. Chen Shang walked over, picked up a rock, and ruthlessly smashed it onto He Kaiyong's head. Little bastard, I'll skin you alive. He Kaiyong was smashed into pieces and he roared at Chen Shang. You've been in closed-door training for too long, right? Don't you know that if someone falls into my hands, I won't let them have any chance to take revenge? Chen Shang took out another rather large stone and threw it at He Kaiyong's forehead. The rock was extremely fast, and Chen Shang had even injected a bit of dragon power into it. It flew over like an arrow, and upon colliding with He Kaiyong's head, it shattered into pieces, and He Kaiyong's forehead had also become red and swollen. Now, they could be sure that they had all lost the ability to retaliate. This pit of hell was truly powerful. Chen Shang himself did not know what would happen if he were to be trapped inside this thing. Kid, you can do whatever you want. These guys are not worth sympathizing with. It's better for you to die early if you act so arrogantly. Duan Chong laughed, and followed Chen Zhang's example. The stone smashed into the people who were half buried in the ground. It smashed happily, like a naughty child. He Kaiyong was furious, but no matter what he did, he could not unleash his powers, so only now did he begin to panic. Chen Shang took out his green dragon demon-slain broadsword, his face as gloomy as water, and walked towards He Kaiyong. He stood beside the purgatory world, and just as he raised his divine blade, a purple light suddenly shot out from the distance, illuminating the dark sky. Purple moon, quickly save us. There must be a heavy debt of gratitude. He Kaiyong saw the purple light and immediately shouted excitedly. Save your sister. Chen Shang shouted coldly, his divine blade slashed down quickly, an invisible force shot out from the blade edge, sweeping across. The 10 elders who were stuck on the ground were cut apart like bamboo. From their waists, blood flowed out, but they did not die. Stop! The purple moon rushed over and a huge purple-colored palm smashed down from the sky. The huge palm brought with it a strong pressure, and the moment it appeared, a deep imprint formed on the ground. Chen Shang was so shocked that blood flowed out of the corner of his mouth. As expected of the leader of the traitors, he actually bullied a little imp with such a high cultivation base. Duan Chong suddenly appeared by Chen Zhang's side, and threw a punch at the purple-colored huge palm that was pressing down. That skinny old fist, which seemed ordinary and did not have the slightest fluctuation in its power, actually possessed extremely terrifying strength, and it could even break apart the purple-colored huge palm as if it was capable of breaking the heavens. The purple-colored innate chi madly surged and transformed into a purple-colored astral wind. It rose high into the sky and formed a purple-colored light curtain, which was indeed very enchanting. Duan Chong, you're actually not dead yet. The purple moon cried out, and then slowly descended, while Chen Shang also struck his palm towards the 10 old men from the Peach Blossom Imperial land who had their waists broken, releasing a dragon power that formed a gigantic palm, like slapping bean curd, making it look extremely tragic. Seeing Chen Shang insisting on killing those 10 people in front of him made him feel extremely unhappy, as he had already planned to protect those 10 people. After all, they had just said that there would be a heavy debt of gratitude, and He Kaiyong was a great clan elder. Others can't cure it, but I can. The purple glow on the purple moon's body dissipated, revealing a handsome face that looked like it was crowned jade. A pair of eyes that were as deep as the stars shone with waves of killing intent. I want to capture you. Beneath the purple moon was a purple sea of fire. The flames in the sea of fire turned into purple fire beasts that roared, causing the earth to tremble as they rushed towards Chen Shang. The 10,000 beasts galloped about, their auras were astonishing, causing one's heart to tremble. This purple moon's technique was very similar to the heaven-earth killing method. The purple moon beast's killing technique was something a traitor would betray the emperor for the sake of obtaining it. I don't think it's that great. Duan Chong lifted Chen Shang, and fiercely swung down. He actually wanted to block the attacks of the 10,000 beasts by himself. The 10,000 strange beasts formed from purple flames madly rushed over. Each of them was carrying an extremely violent force as they charged forward, like a violent and surging tide. Duan Chong clenched his teeth, and from his stomach, a loud sound came out, his 2 swords sunk into the ground, straight to his knees. The wave of purple flames suddenly stopped, and slowly sunk down. This was Duan Chong's purgatory vermilion bird. Even those flying in the sky would be sucked down and sink into the ground. In just a few seconds, this huge group of purple fire beasts would sink into the ground. Chapter 971. The purple moon floated in the air, both of its eyes emitting a purple light of killing intent. Looking carefully, one could also see that it was slowly descending at 13,800,100. Duan Chong, looks like you survived a great calamity. To think that you actually learned the purgatory vermilion bird. But that's fine too, today I will capture you together with that brat. 2 balls of purple light appeared under the purple moon's feet. It looked like he was stepping on 2 purple balls. Break. The purple moon did not continue to resist the suction force from the purgatory vermilion bird and fiercely descended. The 2 purple light balls beneath its feet fiercely smashed into the ground, causing the ground to shake violently as the area where it had just engulfed the purple flame beast had suddenly cracked open. Waves of purple light leaked out from the ground, as if a large amount of purple lava was gushing out from the ground. The ground 3,000 meters around the purple moon cracked open, purple light shot out from the cracks one after another, followed by the simultaneous cries of 10,000 beasts coming from the ground. All of the cracks in the ground were shattered by the sound of the roars, and many vicious purple flame beasts came out from the ground, rushing forward in a domineering manner. Chen Shang watched in shock. The strength of this purple moon was simply too strong. He had seen Feng Clan's Flying Immortal School SA felt that this purple moon was even stronger than Zhao Yi Profound, and should be on the same level as the Demon Empress. The purple moon looked very young, and must be someone whose cultivation had increased by leaps and bounds, but why would he appear here? This kind of person should have flown up a long time ago. Moreover, he was very familiar with Duan Chong. I don't only have control over the purgatory vermilion bird. Duan Chong's face was now extremely serious. Seeing his serious look, Chen Shang immediately made mental preparations, and this sloppy old man became serious. He should be very powerful. Purgatory evil dragon, appear. Green veins popped out from Duan Chong's face, his eyes staring straight ahead. The withered old man's body suddenly swelled up. He looked extremely intrepid. The bulging of his body caused his clothes to burst, revealing his muscles. The ground behind him started to crack. Lines of red-eyed two-headed dragons roared out from the cracks, their mouths spitting out black evil chi. In the blink of an eye, over 1,000 gigantic dragons with bodies as large as mountains appeared behind Duan Chong. Their thick bodies were filled with deep black scales that shot out evil energy in all directions. Hurry up and leave, this level of battle will affect you. Su Meiyao shouted. This old fellow is really amazing. Chen Shang exclaimed. He turned and ran, and at the same time, the 1,000 evil dragons flew towards the 10,000 purple flame beasts. In that moment when both sides clashed, it made people feel like the entire Heaven Thunder Purgatory was being destroyed. Chen Shang quickly left the battlefield. Although he could not see what was happening behind him, he could still hear terrifying sounds and vibrations from that place. He knew that the fierce battle had only just begun. It should be the modifications made by the beast-slain method. Chen Shang guessed. Although he did not have the beast-slain method, it was very similar to the description inside the ground killing. Beast-slain method is relatively easy to learn. Moreover, it is what Ten Heaven's Supreme Lord is most proficient in. He is a lion in the first place. Back then, the ancestors of the ancient powers were all followers of the Ten Heavens Supreme Lord, so the Ten Heavens Supreme Lord must have taught them many improved and easy-to-learn heaven-earth killing methods. Long Shui said, I feel that some of the techniques in our Imperial Dragon race have the shadow of the heaven-earth killing method. Now that Chen Shang caused such a commotion, and he did not expect that Purple Moon Imperial Land's leader would actually be such a strong person, he did not dare find Jiyu Dongchen and the others right now, in case there was an ambush. Chen Shang felt that this was the name given to this place a long time ago. Duan Sanchang's grandfather, Duan Chong, had been here for a long time and had learned two powerful skills, the Purgatory Vermilion Bird and the Purgatory Evil Dragon. The White Tiger had also said that this was a trap set up for the Ten Heavens Supreme Lord by a mysterious and powerful force back then. Chen Shang wandered around here for 3 days. Other than running into a few fierce beasts, he did not discover anything else. The sky had just begun to brighten when Chen Shang slept on top of a tree. When he jumped down, he saw Duan Chong smiling at him. Chen Shang was shocked. He regained his senses and asked, Senior, are you done fighting? Duan Chong had already changed into a clean set of black clothes. He played with his messy white hair and sighed. We were evenly matched, but I still had the chance to win. Who would have thought that a fellow who claims to be from the Ghost Sage would suddenly appear with a large group of people who are neither human nor ghost, killing everyone here. The one leading the group is very strong, so we can only end it for now and go deal with those things. Ghost Sage. There was another Heaven Devil King from before. How many strange and powerful fellows were there in this Heaven Thunder Purgatory? Senior, you have been here for so long, do you not know the background of that Ghost Sage? Chen Shang asked. I don't know, but I know about the Sky Demons. However, that fellow seemed to have been annihilated. His army of Sky Demons is currently in a mess, and there were even a few Sky Demons that appeared to fight to be the ruler, and then a few Heaven Devil Kings appeared. Duan Chong said with a helpless expression on his face, this group of Sky Demons is not much of a threat, but the Ghost Sage that just appeared is quite impressive. If this Heaven Thunder Purgatory can be used by outsiders to easily enter, then there must be something fishy. Then they won't come after us, right? Chen Shang was a little worried about that fellow called Ghost Sage. What are you afraid of? Even if you come, I can give you some time to run away. Duan Chong patted Chen Zhang's shoulder and laughed. You can obtain the entire ground killing, your future will be limitless. The Purgatory killing technique was only modified from the ground killing, while the Purple Moon's Purple Moon Beast killing technique was modified from the Beast Slain method. Quote. Chen Shang nodded, he had guessed it right before. Senior, why would a green dragon demon slain broadsword appear in the Chen Martial continent? Chen Shang asked. This was the answer he always wanted to know. I'm not too sure either. I only know the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord had his two good friends hide the green dragon demon slain broadsword back then. Duan Chong shook his head. Chen Shang thought for a while, then asked, who are 10 Heavens Supreme Lord's two friends? Duan Chong recalled the historical fragments he had obtained, a dragon and a flame lion. As expected, took a deep breath. A lion is that super old fire beast. The super old fire beast said before that he was sealed up by a dragon that was related to the imperial dragon race. Chen Shang remembered that to enter the core of the earth from the Yuming Deep Abyss, he had to use a green dragon demon slain broadsword. The reason he had obtained the green dragon demon slain broadsword and the profound Wu diamond armor was all because of the 4-phase magic kung fu, and the 4-phase magic kung fu came from the Taiji dragon suppressed kung fu, which was also passed down from the imperial dragon race. It was not hard to guess that the people who had established the profound realm and the path to the core of the earth should be the super old fire beast and that dragon. Chapter 972. The number of people inside the Heaven Thunder Purgatory grew larger and larger. The news that Chen Shang had asked him to release had already spread throughout the entire human realm, and it was hard for those large powers to hide it even if they wanted to. Moreover, they were quite safe when they came in, and would only be struck by lightning if they were unlucky. http:// no bulletproof windows. // This way, the big powers would find it difficult to enslave the rogue cultivators to do their work for them, and because Chen Shang had saved a group of them, the evil deeds of the ancient powers would be known to everyone, and once those people left the Heaven Thunder Purgatory, the reputation of the ancient powers would spread far and wide. Although rogue cultivators didn't have any power, they were the largest group. Now that the ancient powers were bullying them like this, they would definitely join forces. If they let those rogue cultivators with the surname of Blood find out, they might be oppressed. Chen Shang and Duan Chong were currently at the gathering place for itinerant cultivators, and wanted to find out some news about the Purple Moon Imperial Land. It made him a little unhappy to have such a powerful leader. He wanted to secretly cut the Purple Moon Imperial Land down and cause heavy losses for it. The rogue cultivators rushed into Heaven Thunder Purgatory like the tide, because there were many sporite vein here. With luck, they could hunt pretty good demon beasts or obtain some genius treasures. It could be said that this place was filled with treasures. Some business-savvy people even organized a group of people to take the materials, and quickly build a city here, a house. Chen Shang and Duan Chong were in a semi-finished city. Although the entire city was only normally completed, there were a lot of people already. There were already a lot of people gathered inside the Heaven Thunder City. After the Heaven Thunder City's ban was lifted, many people gathered around. Elder Duan, what exactly do you have to do here? Chen Shang used a pill to exchange for a small house. The Heaven Thunder Purgatory would not close soon, so he had to stay here for a while. Right now, he and Duan Chong were in the small house. In the small courtyard, Duan Chong frowned and sighed. To tell you the truth, I can't leave for the time being. There's a very mysterious power in this damn place that has trapped me here. I can't leave through that tunnel. And every once in a while, I get attacked by a power that is similar to Nirvana Doom. Quote. Oh, Chen Shang did not expect what the White Tiger said to be true. No wonder he did not allow Yan Yanran and the others to come. He guessed that some kind of power here could sense the bloodlines and make a judgment from them, trapping these people. Duan Chong laughed and said with complete optimism, but nothing will happen to me. My Duan clan can be said to be the best in the world to flee for our lives, and the reason why my strength has increased by leaps and bounds over the years is all thanks to those ridiculous attacks. Chen Shang said, this place has special powers to deal with the descendants of the loyal subjects in the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord. Fortunately, I did not let the intestines enter. That brat had already found the clue you left behind, and almost came here. Duan Chong anxiously said, don't ever let my Duan clan's men in. We were already cursed, and coming in here will only make things worse. But this guy is not bad. He actually managed to dig the grave of the Flying Immortal School. Quote. Chen Shang didn't know whether to laugh or cry. You're hurting him. He's the one who did this. He's being kicked out of the Duan clan right now, or else the Duan clan will be in trouble. What's wrong with that? I've also experienced this kind of thing back then, and being kicked out is a good thing. In the future, this kid can't blame the Duan clan for anything. If he has the ability to dig the grave of the Flying Immortal School, then he has the ability to dig the grave of the ancestor of other traitors. Duan Sanchang was already an elder of the dragon subduing school, and the people inside the dragon subduing school were people who could cause great trouble. If others were to find out that they had gathered together, there would definitely be many old fellows who would find it difficult to sleep. Elder Duan, do you think that it's possible for the celestial slaying method to be hidden here? Chen Shang asked. Duan Chong had been in here for so long, he must know something about this place. Duan Chong was startled. He did not expect Chen Shang to ask that, because this was also the reason he came here before. He was not afraid that the celestial slaying method could be obtained by Chen Shang, as it all depended on luck to obtain the celestial slaying method. He felt that Chen Shang himself possessed the ground killing and the green dragon demon slain broadsword. It was very possible that he could find the celestial slaying method in here. I came here to look for this thing. I also got some clues from the tomb of the Flying Immortal School's old ancestor. When that old fellow died, he brought a book with him, which recorded down some trivial things. Duan Chong lowered her voice and continued, at that time, 10 Heavens Supreme Lord brought many people in, and they were almost completely annihilated, causing 10 Heavens Supreme Lord to retreat after being heavily injured. I'm not too sure about the specifics, but after being heavily injured, 10 Heavens Supreme Lord returned 3 years later. Could it be that he came here to hide the celestial slaying method? Why is that? This is his place, and could be said to be the enemy's territory. It's very unlikely that he would come here to store such an important thing. Chen Shang shook his head. Duan Chong nodded his head. That was what I had thought initially, but that old fellow from Flying Immortal School had recorded that 10 Heavens Supreme Lord had entered here to set up an ambush, using the celestial slaying method to attract people, and had let many traitors come to look for him. This caused a bloodbath once again, and many big fellows from the traitor powers died here. Oh right, where did you get your ground killing from? Chen Shang grinned. I won it. You won it. Duan Chong's face was full of doubt. Chen Shang briefly described the matter of the bet. This idiot actually dares to use such a thing to gamble. But even if he wants to come, it's useless. Those without courage will only be courting death if they learn this thing. Duan Chong looked at Chen Shang and asked, have you been to the 10 Heavenly Sacred Mountain? Did you find anything in there? Chen Shang replied, found the God-slaying method and the heavenly alchemy. Duan Chong took a deep breath. These are all good stuff. Don't let anyone know that you have heavenly alchemy, and it's best if you don't use it for others to see. This is a taboo, you should be clear about that. Chen Shang was stunned. After thinking about it carefully, this was indeed a taboo. It could refine all things into pills. If people were to be discovered refining them into pills, they would definitely be wanted by the 3 realms. This thing is more powerful than heaven-earth killing method, even though it's a divine art. There were several levels of divine arts as well, but for many people, the lowest level of divine arts was extremely precious. And the heavenly alchemy can be considered a higher level divine art. The heaven-earth killing method is slightly lower. Duan Chong warned Chen Shang with a serious face. So that's how it is. No wonder the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord said that he only learned a few of them and did not learn them fully. Chen Shang nodded heavily. Chapter 973. Duan Chong knew many secrets about the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord. He was the patriarch of the Duan clan, and he knew everything the Duan clan had gathered over the years. http:// No bulletproof windows. / Elder Duan, do you know where the Emperor's tomb is? The 10 heavenly holy mountains are not. Chen Shang really wanted to go and observe the 10 heavenly saint mountain. It was shocking, but it was just a deceptive thing, and for all these years, there were many people who had been trapped inside. I don't know either, but according to the ancient books of my Duan clan, when the time comes, he'll appear in the world and he should be hiding in an extremely powerful profound realm. I feel that DTN should at least recover his position back then and be above the 9 heavens and 10 great earth. Duan Chong was only guessing, but Chen Shang felt that it was very possible. Do you really need heaven-earth killing method to enter the Emperor's tomb? This was a saying that had been passed down from many ancient powers. Otherwise, there wouldn't have been a large group of people coming to the Pill City to capture him. That's right, we do not know the details, but we need to gather all the heaven-earth killing method. It is said that if we want to pass through the main gate of the Emperor's tomb unscathed, we need to grasp the heaven-earth killing method. Chen Shang sighed lightly. Right now, I only have the ground killing and the god slain method, and I don't have much control over them. If only the celestial slain method was here. I've been here for so long, but I don't have any idea what's going on. If there's any news, I'll come to this house and leave some news. Duan Chong said. Duan Chong would not stay in the same place for too long. He warned Chen Shang, "You must not find the Purple Moon Imperial Land. This guy came back from the heaven realm, he seems to think that there's a celestial slaying method here as well. How many people know that the heaven-earth killing method has been split? Not many. There might only be 5 of them, but they won't spread word of this. Otherwise, others will fight over them. Right now, that purple moon is not the strongest out of all of the Purple Moon Imperial Land. I dare say that he did not say anything, or else there would be more of them." Quote. Duan Chong warned Chen Shang about the things he needed to pay attention to, and then, he left the city. He felt that the change in the Heaven Thunder Purgatory was likely due to the influence of some power, and he would continue to explore the secrets of this place. Not long after Duan Chong left, they heard a loud shout. "The people of Purple Moon Imperial Land are entering the city, quickly gather up and surround them. Let them see how many of us loose cultivators will die no matter how many they come." Right now, even if the Purple Moon Imperial Land were to pacify those people, it would be difficult for them to quell the anger of the loose cultivators. These loose cultivators all agreed that if they did not teach the Purple Moon Imperial Land a lesson now, perhaps there would be a day when the Purple Moon Imperial Land would do such a thing and bully the loose cultivators again, and they would be one of the ones bullied. Chen Shang obviously wanted to see who the hero of Purple Moon Imperial Land was, to actually dare to come here at this time. Chen Shang floated in the air and looked down at the small clearing that was surrounded by tens of thousands of people. There were many people in the air right now, and all of them had their innate chi in their hands, so as long as the few Purple Moon Imperial Land people below flew up, they would attack. The people of Purple Moon Imperial Land were 3 young men and 2 old men. They wore the clothes of the Purple Moon Imperial Land, and it was very eye-catching to see a bright moon hanging from their purple robes, and it was difficult to not recognize them. These fellows came here with such high profile, they must have done it on purpose. Otherwise, they wouldn't be so stupid. A large man said. "Did they think we're just talking?" An old man laughed coldly. A strong bearded middle-aged man floated in the air and shouted to the people below, "You little rascal from Purple Moon Imperial Land, cut off your own arms and leave. Otherwise, we will chop you all into pieces and hang your corpses at the city gates as sacrifices for your brothers and sisters who were killed by you." These words caused the crowd to be excited. It was not only the Purple Moon Imperial Land, but many ancient powers too. All these ancient powers were the enemies of these rogue cultivators. They were also hated by many people. A motley crowd. "Do you think you guys can kill us? Wishful thinking, arrogant brats, you probably don't know our strength." A young man looked at the people around him with disdain. The sword in his hand glimmered with a cold light as he unleashed his killing intent, making it so that no one dared to approach him. "All of you get out of the way, or else we won't hold back." One of the old men's tone was cold and gloomy. It was obvious that he was not afraid of these people attacking him, and they even had the intention of attacking him. "Everyone, get out of the way. Leave these fellows to us. They do not know how to repent, and yet they came here to provoke us. Today, we cannot let them leave this place." An old man floating in the air said slowly. Just as the old man finished speaking, Chen Shang dove down. A golden red glow flickered on one of his arms, transforming into a gigantic dragon claw. The dragon power crashed into his arm, releasing a terrifying aura, causing the floor to shatter. "It's Chen Shang," an old man from the Purple Moon Imperial Land roared. He anxiously took out a large blade and slashed at Chen Shang, who was rushing down. With its gigantic dragon claw, the dragon aura surged and its might overflowed into the heavens, reaching above the old man's head and enveloping him. The old man originally thought that with one slash, he would be able to slash through Chen Zhang's attack, but the moment the dragon claw came down, his treasured blade was instantly shattered, his withered old body was pressed onto the ground by the dragon claw. The dragon power struck his body, causing his muscles and bones to crack and his entire body to bleed profusely. HMPH, I was originally tricked into this place by the Purple Moon Imperial Land. These dog shit ancient powers, they trapped us inside the Heaven Thunder City, and in order to leave, we did not hesitate to pay the spars to come here, but coming here, they forced us to become their slaves, and even took our storage magic treasure s. Chen Zhang's words caused a burst of anger to rise in everyone's heart. You're slandering us. Seeing how strong Chen Zhang's appearance was, an elder of the Purple Moon Imperial Land, who had heavily injured them with a single strike, was no longer confident. What he said is true, we are the victims. If not for him, we might still be helping you dig out Spar. That's right, he saved us. Your Purple Moon Imperial Land is the one spouting nonsense, you evil sects. Evil sect, Purple Moon Imperial Land is a evil sect. There's also Feng Clan, Flying Immortal School, Qian Xuanshan A. They are all evil sects. Quote. Annihilate the evil sects that are oppressing us. Quote. Quote. Everyone was filled with rage as they let out waves of furious roars. Young hero Shen, use your green dragon demon slain broadsword to kill them. Right, kill them all. Chen Shang had indeed summoned his green dragon demon slain broadsword, and when the divine blade appeared, its power was boundless, intimidating everyone present, causing them to stop talking. They all retreated closer to Chen Shang, and could feel the boiling power inside the blade. Don't even think about killing us. The old man extended his hand out. He actually wanted to snatch the divine blade, but Chen Shang did not let him succeed. Taking a step, he moved behind the old man like a ghost, and with one slash, chopped off his head. Little bastard, give me your life. He had been roaring all day long, but upon hearing this voice, Chen Shang was startled. The person who had just arrived was actually leader. Chapter 974. Previously, when Duan Chong had left, he had warned Chen Shang not to provoke this purple moon. Previously, when Duan Chong had left, he had warned Chen Shang not to provoke this purple moon. After Chen Shang heavily injured and killed the old man from Purple Moon Imperial Land, it was obviously not a coincidence that the purple moon suddenly appeared. Everyone suddenly understood that the Purple Moon Imperial Land had intentionally sent people here. If any of them dared to retaliate, the powerful leader would appear and kill them, and with the strength of the purple moon, even the strongest of the rogue cultivators would not be able to fight against it. The purple moon actually wanted to use such a strong and bloody method to quell the situation. Everyone shuddered when they thought about it. The purple moon was very strong. With a raise of its hand, it could exterminate the entire city, it could kill all the rogue cultivators, and at that time, there would be no one who could suppress it. http:// No bulletproof windows. / The purple moon was shrouded in a layer of faint purple mist. Others could see his face, but Chen Shang knew that he was a delicate and pretty man. Chen Zhang's forehead was dripping with sweat. This purple moon was not simple, but he was still able to remain calm, which made the purple moon admire him. Leader, quickly kill him and take away his divine blade. A disciple of the purple moon sect pointed at Chen Shang and said with a sinister look in his eyes. Humph. Chen Shang glared at the disciple of the Ziyu sect who spoke just now. Two beams of fiery light shot out from his eyes, piercing through the man's head. Chen Zhang's attack made him feel that it was very familiar. He felt that it was similar to the heart-piercing demon eye of the heavenly demon realm, but that was not the case. If it was a heart-piercing demon eye, then it would be even more terrifying. But even if it wasn't, he was still unable to stop Chen Shang because that happened in an instant. The purple moon was enraged that there was actually someone who killed its disciple in front of him. This was undoubtedly a fierce slap on its face. Everyone gulped their saliva. Everyone knew that the purple moons that descended from the heaven realm were different from the immortals who had just passed through the Nirvana doom. They were all extremely powerful, comparable to the demon empress. Chen Shang was simply not his match, yet Chen Shang still dared to do such a bold thing to enrage him. The purple moon's fists trembled, purple chi surged, the previously cloudless sky was suddenly enveloped by the black clouds, and a purple moon floated above the purple moon's head, releasing a gloomy and terrifying killing intent. The purple moonlight shone down onto the city, and made the city seem as though it was enveloped in the light of death, causing the entire city to slightly tremble, and everyone present could hear the bone-chilling beasts roar. Chen Zhang's forehead was drenched in cold sweat. Using this technique, the purple moon could create many fierce and huge beasts. If they attacked this city, most of the people here would die. Are you going to destroy this city? An old man roared in the air. That's right, you are just a bunch of lowly insect ants. You actually want to resist us? You still dare to slander us as evil sects? Today I will massacre this place, and if anyone dares to call us Purple Moon Imperial Land anymore, I will annihilate them. The purple moon's words made everyone extremely angry, and they all fled. Dark clouds covered the sky densely, and purple lightning flickered. The round purple moon seemed to have a layer of blood energy, making it appear extremely terrifying. It shook the entire city to the point that it was surrounded by mountainous vicious beasts. I want to see all of you die slowly, ha ha ha. The sinister laughter of the purple moon caused everyone to feel cold. No one was its opponent, and he did not attack Chen Shang either, standing right in front of him. Don't you have a green dragon demon slain broadsword? I am an evil monster now, come and kill me. The purple moon's voice was filled with ridicule. I will make you watch me kill these people bit by bit, and I will make them die miserably, but you won't be able to save them. You possess the green dragon demon-slain broadsword, but you cannot use this blade to kill demons. I will let the whole world know that you do not deserve to use this blade." Quote. The muscles on Chen Zhang's face twitched, but his eyes remained calm as he looked at the purple moon. The gigantic beasts had already approached the group of people, and everyone was blocked by a purple light screen. High in the sky, Ji Dongshan roared furiously as she frantically attacked the purple light barrier. "Purple Moon Imperial Land, if you do this today, you will know how serious the consequences will be." "Demon Empress, is there really no other way?" Yao Shumai saw the Demon Empress' helpless face and asked anxiously. "This enchantment is called the Blood Sacrifice Barrier. This fellow had paid a great price to release it. Unless it was the blood light, I wouldn't be able to break through it in a short period of time." The Demon Empress was also secretly trying to attack. When Ji Dongshan and the rest received the news, they immediately rushed over, but they were still a step too late. "Purple Moon, if you kill the people inside, your Purple Moon Imperial Land won't be able to live for long," the Demon Empress said. "HMPH, other than you, who else in DTN can contend against me? Even if it's you, Demon Empress, you aren't completely confident in being able to kill me, right? What am I afraid of?" Then, he continued to look at Chen Shang as he smiled sinisterly. "Chen Shang, now you know that you aren't worthy of using Green Dragon Demon-slain broadsword, right? Hand over the divine blade and I will let these people live, otherwise I will let them die with you." Quote. Chen Shang took a deep breath, then said calmly, "You're really ruthless. If the Green Dragon Demon-slain broadsword fell into the hands of this Purple Moon, then their Demon Charming Association would be in trouble. With the Purple Moon's personality, it would definitely not be so easy to deal with. This is tens of thousands of lives. Didn't you save some of them before? Now, are you unwilling to save them for the sake of a blade?" The Purple Moon laughed wildly. At this moment, everyone knew that Chen Shang had been forced into an extremely difficult situation. Everyone was thinking, what choice would they make if they were to face such a situation? What made everyone admire the most was that Chen Shang remained calm and scary, but that was only showing a slightly angry expression on his face. The group of vicious beasts suddenly roared together. The deafening roars of 10,000 beasts made everyone tremble. They were about to kill these purple flame vicious beasts. "There will definitely be people dying here today, but the ones who died were you and those little bastards behind you." Suddenly, a order badge appeared in Chen Zhang's hand. The order badge was engraved with many ancient spirit grains. It really was the Chaos Fire. When the Chaos Fire recognizes the Master, it will release the protective divine light. Those who are hit by the divine light will not be able to move for a short period of time. Chen Shang previously used 2, he still has 5 he did not use. He used them to save them for when he was surrounded by many experts in the heaven realm. In his opinion, using a piece of Chaos Fire to kill only one expert was not worth it. HMPH, let's see what you can do. The Purple Moon did not think so. Chen Shang frowned, he suddenly spat out a mouthful of blood on the order badge. Everyone was startled, they suspected that Chen Shang was trying to commit suicide, or self-destruct. But just as everyone was making all sorts of guesses, the Chaos Fire emitted a burst of silvery white light, and the people who were enveloped by the light were instantly all like stone statues, unable to move. "I've said it before, there's only you and that little bastard behind you here." Chen Zhang's voice was cold, the slaughter god's hand overflowed with white light, causing his palm to turn into a sharp tiger claw, then fiercely stabbed into the Purple Moon Imperial Land's Dantian, grabbing the purple heavenly pill from inside. The silver white light emitted by the Chaos Fire dispersed and the Purple Moon sat on the ground. A new blood hole appeared on its abdomen, and blood was flowing out of it. The originally white and tender him immediately turned into an old man, his old eyes filled with shock and fear. The heaven and earth returned to normal, but the heaven pellet in Chen Zhang's hands was especially glaring. The world became extremely quiet. Everyone found it unbelievable. Chen Shang actually took out the Purple Moon's heaven pellet. Under the blazing sun, everyone shivered, and now Chen Shang was even more terrifying in their eyes than the Purple Moon. Chapter 975. The Purple Moon covered the bloody hole on its abdomen with its hands, but could not stop the blood from flowing out. Without a heaven core, he was also heavily injured, so anyone could kill him. What just happened? What's with that light? Did the Purple Moon lose just like that? Of course it's his heavenly core. It's said that after crossing through Nirvana Doom, he condensed his own energy into this kind of heavenly core, and once it's taken away, his cultivation would disappear, not to mention he would be taken out by such a barbaric method. I think he would be in pain at that moment. Chen Shang laughed coldly, and kept the heavenly core. That was a good thing, although it was forbidden, he did not fear that people would come and make things difficult for him. Purple Moon was originally a handsome and suave youth, but at this moment, he had turned into a skinny old man. He lost all signs of life, as if he could burp at any time. His old body suddenly trembled, and his face was filled with anger. With much difficulty, he raised an arm, pointed at Chen Shang, and said with a trembling voice, "Idiot a bastard, return my heaven pill. If you do this, the Purple Moon Imperial Land of the 9 heavens and 10 earth will not let you off. Quicka, give it back to me." Under everyone's gazes, Chen Shang held onto the green dragon demon-slain broadsword tightly, and in a blink of an eye, he appeared in front of the Purple Moon, and with one slash, he cut the shriveled old man into 2. "HMPH, I asked for it." Chen Shang snorted in disdain. Just as he was about to grab the storage ring, it suddenly flashed with a multicolored light and turned into a pile of dust. Chen Shang just felt that it was a pity, and then he released a blazing fire, burning the leader into dust and scattered it all over the heaven thunder purgatory. He kept his green dragon demon-slain broadsword and jumped into the air. Stepping on his shrinking step, he quickly disappeared into the distance, disappearing from everyone's astonished gazes. Ji Dongchen sighed. Even though I knew that something shocking would happen, I never thought that the Purple Moon Imperial Land's leader would actually die, moreover it was killed by my junior master. He looked at the Demon Empress Jade face that was still in a state of shock and laughed, "Your luck is not bad. If you had the same intentions as before, you would have turned into a pile of powder." Yao Shumai said in a deep voice, "This is troublesome. The Purple Moon he killed came from the Heaven Realm, and it is said that he is also an important figure among the Heaven Realms. I wonder, who else would the Heaven Realm send down?" The little Demon Empress caught her breath and said, "I may not be killed by him, but my poison is at the top of the entire Sky Demon Realm. There are only a few people in the Heaven Realm who want to suppress my bets, and even some of the most powerful old fellows would have to avoid my poison for a bit. If Chen Shang were to fight with me, even if he could kill me, he would definitely die from poison." Quote. Ji Dongchen suddenly started laughing out loud. Back then, beside the demon and devil sinkhole, their group of experts had been affected by the corrosion of the magical corruption gas, and they had been forced to stay put for a long time to defend themselves. But Chen Shang had walked out from the source of the magical corruption gas, holding on to the green dragon demon-slain broadsword, and killed a large group of experts. "Do you laugh?" The little demon empress' elegant face revealed a trace of anger. She felt that Ji Dongchen was mocking her. "Do you dare to take a walk in the demon and devil sinkhole?" Back then this brat was beaten into the demon and devil sinkhole by Tai Yunhong, and he stayed there for a year or two, then walked up alive. "Can you?" Ji Dongchen left with these words. She could not believe that such a thing had happened. Even the Poison Queen, had not dared to lightly touch the super old poison, but Chen Shang had stayed in that place for a very long time. Impenetrable's physique. This kind of physique was very rare, but there was still a person who could successfully cultivate it. The little demon empress was one of them, but the 100 poisons did not include the magical corruption gas, so many people that could resist the 100 poisons were unable to resist the magical corruption gas. It seems like Tai Yunhong died in his hands. The demon empress had also heard of Tai Yunhong. Tai Yunhong was a relatively important figure in the devil-suppressing divine palace. Chen Shang distanced himself from the crowd and scolded, "Purple Moon Imperial Land of Purple Moon Imperial Land is such a B*****. I would waste a piece of the chaos fire, and if I were to use it in Heaven Realm, I would be able to kill off even more elderly people in one go. However, I was forced to use up a piece of it just now. That old fart who killed 1,000 blades and took away his storage ring when he died, only leaving behind a heaven-breaking pill." If the dead Purple Moon knew that even after being killed by Chen Shang, it was still looked down upon by Chen Shang like how Chen Shang killed chickens with a blade, it would definitely die with grievance. Chen Shang had already merged with 3 Chaos Fire-S, so he did not feel any change. He could only control 3 Chaos Fire-S to attack at the same time. He had always been conflicted in his heart. He wanted to fuse all 7 Chaos Fire-S, but when the Chaos Fire accepted him as its master, the Divine Guardian Light was very powerful. For example, before, it allowed him to pass through a huge crisis. Unless it was absolutely necessary, he would not use it. Now that there were only 4 Chaos Fire left, They were exceptionally precious to him. Little scoundrel, where are you going now? Long Shui asked. When are you going to give me another pill like that? Let's wait until I encounter a good beast. Forget about you, I really want to eat a few more pills right now. Chen Shang ran on the ground as he took a long detour before he arrived at a canyon. Very soon, you'll know where I'm going. In the valley, a handsome young man dressed in white saw Chen Shang coming over, and immediately walked over with a smile. Junior Master, you were really impressive just now, but now you have completely annoyed Purple Moon Imperial Land. I think they will quickly send some experts from Heaven Realm. Chen Shang now truly had the appearance of a junior master, although he was young and had low cultivation, but his abilities were not small, and had done many shocking things. Previously, Chen Shang and Ji Yu Dongchen had arranged to meet each other here. A lad, you have also become stronger. Chen Shang laughed, then lowered his voice. Tell me about Purple Moon Imperial Land's territory, and bring Yun Xiaodao and the others over to find me. Also, at the same time, make a statement to the outside, saying that they violated Super Martial School's sectoral rules, and were expelled from Super Martial School. Ji Yu Dongchen frowned, he thought of something very quickly, and his face creased like a bitter melon. Junior Master, you are not kind, you are digging a wall. It's fine if you dig secretly, but you actually want me to help you dig my own wall. Chen Shang rolled his eyes. Forget it, do you think that I didn't know that you would have thrown these hot potatoes at me earlier? I guess you're planning on asking for some sort of medicinal pill as compensation right now. Chapter 976. Furthermore, as Xiao Chou and Teng Ying, these two non-human beings were getting stronger and stronger, they were getting fiercer and fiercer. When they heard that Chen Shang was going against the Purple Moon Imperial Land, on the same night as well, they crippled an elder of a Purple Moon Imperial Land and did not care about face at all, and as long as they met a disciple of a Purple Moon Imperial Land, they would snatch them all away. They are your friends. I know that you have the idea to establish your own sect, so I can give them to you. I have carefully nurtured them for many years, so I want some compensation. Ji Yu Dongchen said as he rubbed his hands, his eyes gleaming with excitement. Give me 1,000 Relive Dan, 1,000 Iron Bone Dan, 3,009 Quenching Body Dan A, yes, and don't mention anything else. There are 10 Relive Dan S, 100 Iron Bone Dan S, and 309 Quenching Body Dan. I'll give you one more chance to buy a lot of medicinal pills from me. Chen Shang hurriedly cut him off and glared at him. A lad, you are usually so stingy, but now you are asking for something so haughtily. 1,000 Relive Dan S. Do you think that Relive Dan can grow out of it like vegetables? I don't even have that many. Quote. Ji Yu Dongchen said depressingly, there are too few Relive Dan S. 300 pills. PFF'd, I don't have many Relive Dan, you have so many experts from Super Martial School, and even Master, this old bastard, is supporting me. I still lack more Relive Dan than you do, 30 of them. Chen Zhang's face was filled with disdain. This Ji Yu Dongchen was obviously taking advantage of the situation. Fine, 30 pills, that's 30 pills. Is it better than nothing? Hand it over, Ji Yu Dongchen said. Fight with one hand. Chen Shang folded his arms across his chest and leaned against a huge boulder. I'll wait for you here, hurry up and bring them over. Which ones do you want? Ji Yu Dongchen asked. Xiao Dao, Dead Fatty, Old Xie, the Scholar, the Little Baldy, Teng Ying, Hai Sheng, the Lei Brothers, and Qianchen. Chen Shang thought about it and said. The Lei Brothers and an elder are out training. I don't know when they will return, but Hai Sheng himself will go far away to train. As for Qianchen A, she was the designated successor for junior sister, and in the future, she would become the leader's successor. She was with her junior sister now. Junior sister and Lu Meng'er are both here, do you want to go and see them? Quote. Chen Shang had already known from the beginning that Hua Shangyu and Lu Meng'er were here, but he did not plan to go. He did not want to involve these two women in this matter, unless they grew stronger to a certain degree. All right then, bring those 6 bastards over. Chen Shang nodded. Are there a lot of pills? Ji Yu Dongchen was a little worried. You can't be left out. Chen Shang kicked him. Hurry up. After Ji Yu Dongchen left, he only took 2 hours to bring her back. When Yun Xiaodao saw Chen Shang, he jumped down from the flying discs in midair. They all knew that the Dragon Subduing School was created by Chen Shang, but they kept it to themselves and did not tell Ji Yu Dongchen that this matter must be kept a secret. Now that the Dragon Subduing School had risen up so strongly, they were extremely excited and had been waiting for Chen Shang to lead them into the sect. Haha, old pig, you've lost a lot of weight. Have you been through something painful recently? Saying it will make me happy. Chen Shang laughed. Zhu Rong was indeed a bit thinner, but he still looked fat. He curled his lips and muttered a few words. Lian Mingdong's strength had risen the most obviously. His father was the island master of the Lotus Island. He did not know why he had suddenly received Lian Yingshao's attention and obtained a lot of resources. Xv Weilong was still the same, his eyes was still slanted and his entire person was cold, but when he saw Chen Shang, he revealed a smile. Xiao Chou was the same as always. He always wanted to fight with this master when he saw Chen Shang, but he was afraid of losing, as he could not see through Chen Shang at the moment. Tang Ying and Chen Shang had not known each other for long, but Chen Shang had saved him before. Although Tang Ying was together with Yun Xiaodao and the others in the super martial school, he had become close with this group of people, and had gained a lot of understanding of Chen Shang from their mouths. Yun Xiaodao grinned and laughed. Elder brother Shen, we have long hated that group of fellows from Purple Moon Imperial Land, we never thought that you would actually kill their boss, it is truly satisfying. Ji Yu Dongchen said to Chen Shang. Junior Marshal Uncle, I've brought the person, where are the items? Chen Shang took out the pills he had prepared and handed them over to Ji Yu Dongchen. Seeing that, Zhu Rong's face immediately became unwell, and he shouted, what are you doing? Leader, you actually sold us out. Damn it, how can we just casually buy and sell it? Yun Xiaodao was very excited, he anxiously asked, what's the price? Ji Yu Dongchen swept his eyes across them. Don't expect yourselves to sell very high. The 6 of you are only worth 30 relive Dan-s. Younger brother Shen, you are not kind. On average, each of us is only worth 5 relive Dan. My value should far exceed this number. Zhu Rong was unconvinced. At least 100 relive Dan. Yun Xiaodao nodded in agreement, we're not really worth it, it's only this little. Xv Weilong, Lian Mingdong and Teng Ying, on the other hand, did not say anything. Xiao Chou pinched his nose. Master, in your eyes, I'm only worth 5 relive Dan. Chen Shang looked at them speechlessly. This guy originally wanted 1,000 relive Dan, but I didn't have one, so I gave him 30 of them, and 100, and 300. But since he said that, a lad had long wanted to kick them towards me. Right now, he only wants to ask for my compensation. Quote. Yun Xiaodao and Zhu Rong immediately glared angrily at Ji Yu Dongchen, who laughed dryly, all right, we'll cooperate happily. You guys be careful, this is the Heaven Thunder Purgatory, and there are many other dangerous ones as well. Don't die. Then, Ji Yu Dongchen left under the gazes full of disdain from Yun Xiaodao and the others. After Ji Yu Dongchen left, just as Yun Xiaodao and the others were about to ask about the dragon subduing school, Chen Shang hastily stopped them, then shouted towards the sky, Elder Duan, stop hiding, I know you're here. He only heard Duan Chong releasing a burst of clear laughter, but when he appeared, his face was filled with shock, he did not expect Chen Shang to be able to discover him. Of course, what surprised him the most was Chen Shang killing the Purple Moon, because even he found it difficult to accomplish this. Good boy, you're really strong. It seems like my previous worries were unnecessary. Duan Sancheng did not ask Chen Shang what the order badge was, he knew it was Chen Zhang's trump card, he would definitely not speak carelessly. Chen Shang smiled and said, if I had not intervened at that time, would Elder Duan have come out to save me? Duan Chong shook his head, when the Demon Empress and I join hands, it would take at least an hour to break that fellow's blood sacrifice barrier. I can only think of a way to prevent you from getting killed. Chapter 977. From the conversation between Yun Xiaodao and the others, they knew that Duan Chong was very powerful, so they did not interrupt him. Old man Duan, these are my friends. I hope you can give them some pointers. It's best if they come and go without a trace like your Duan clan's tomb robbers. Chen Shang laughed. It was actually a member of the Duan clan, this caused Zhu Rong and the others to be shocked. The Duan clan's old man was extremely powerful, if not, many great powers would not dare to make a move against their small group of a dozen or so people. This won't do, our Duan clan's secret arts cannot be spread out. Duan Chong shook his head. Because of the things this Ten Heavens Supreme Lord passed down to us all those years ago, he had instructed us not to spread it to anyone. Chen Shang thought for a while, then asked, Elder Duan, have you heard of the Iron Lion Army? Of course we have. Almost every ancient power's ancient book has recorded this army of God. Their ancestors and our ancestors were sworn brothers of Jinlan, but they weren't as lucky as us. They have already suffered a terrifying curse, so they should have all died tragically. Duan Chong sighed. They are not dead. They are working for me. However, their curse has not been removed. Chen Shang immediately said. As expected, the relationship between the Duan clan's Earth's core race S was not ordinary. Duan Chong immediately became excited. Is what you said true? Where are they? Chen Shang laughed. They are at the bottom of Evil Dragon Graveyard. Evil Dragon Graveyard is a dragon vein. I found them there. What? Duan Chong's eyes opened. His body fiercely shivered. He was extremely shocked. Yun Xiaodao and the others also listened quietly. They were very curious about how Chen Shang had obtained the dragon fountain. Initially, when they heard that there was a dragon subduing school in the Evil Dragon Graveyard, they were very excited, and they knew that the dragon subduing school would become a very powerful sect in the future. How did you get the dragon fountain? Duan Chong didn't dare be sure right now. He wanted to hear what had happened. Imperial Crystal, Chen Shang said. At that time, when I went in, because I had an Imperial Crystal, fusing with the Dragon Pearl was very easy. Afterwards, Chen Shang explained the situation of the Dragon Vein Underground, the naturally formed majestic dragon underground, and the Earth's core race's godly work. Yun Xiaodao and the others were amazed. Duan Chong was sure that what Chen Shang said was true, because he only found out about these things after being in the Duan clan for many years, and Chen Shang knew it more than him. In that case, the Iron Lion army has already followed you. Well, I'll teach these kids. Duan Chong's face became serious, and said to Chen Shang, my Duan clan still cannot follow you, because we need to gather all of that history. That is a very important matter, otherwise, our Duan clan would not make such a huge sacrifice, and this would be beneficial to you in the future. Chen Shang nodded. Chongzi will follow me. Duan Chong swept his gaze across Yun Xiaodao and the others. Then, he squinted his eyes as his face revealed a trace of a smile. These are all pretty good seedlings. The great strength race is not bad too. As for these brats, although they do not have any special bloodline inheritances, their body's foundation is not bad, and there's a lot of room for improvement in the future. Quote. Just as Yun Xiaodao and the others were feeling complacent, Duan Chong's face darkened and became a little sinister. Although your aptitudes are good, that does not mean that your aptitudes can be very good. I think your current foundation is not solid enough, so I have to properly fix it for you, otherwise you will waste this good skin. Quote. The corner of Zhu Rong's eyebrows twitched, and he forcefully smiled. Back then, that's what the old lunatic said as well, then we got into trouble. Let me tell you, the elders of the Dragon Subduing School are all very strong. If you guys don't work hard, you won't be able to become elders. Chen Shang gave them some stimulation. Old senior, come at me. What have I not experienced in great strength race before? Xiao Chou was not afraid at all. He raised his head and puffed up his chest, his bald head shining as he looked very proud and arrogant. Duan Chong laughed sinisterly. At that time, a few of the more highly regarded members of our Duan clan also said the same thing, but in the end, they were still made to cry by me. Come with me, I will take you to a good place. Once you get there, you will know the difference between you and others. Chen Shang and the others followed Duan Chong and ran for 3 days and 3 nights, until they arrived beside a pool. This pool was located in a very special place, and was located in a large mountain. The pool was at the top of a short mountain. Right here, don't tell me you want us to close our eyes and cultivate in the deep water. We've already done it. Xiao Chou was a little disappointed. Chen Shang looked at the pool carefully. The pool was not big, it was about 100 meters wide and it was clear. There was nothing wrong with it. This is called Thunder Pond, you will know when you get down there. This is a good place especially for body strengthening. Our Duan clan's secret arts can only be learned by someone with a good body, but you guys are still lacking a little. Duan Chong laughed. Yun Xiaodao took off his jacket. How powerful is it? After he finished speaking, he jumped down. The moment he touched the water, he suddenly let out a blood-curdling screech, and like a live fish falling into a hot pot, he jumped out. His entire body was charred black by the electricity. We can train your bodies here, train your ability to control the innate qi, and control your qi. Duan Chong said as he jumped into the pool of water and immersed himself in the water, leaving only his head exposed. Yun Xiaodao trembled when he saw this. He almost died just by touching it, yet this old fellow was still soaking in it. Chen Shang patted Xiao Chow's head and laughed. Little Baldy, it's your turn to go down. Didn't you say earlier that you aren't afraid of the heavens or the earth? At this time, Tang Ying had already walked down. Right after he went down, he let out a loud roar that seemed to be able to tear apart the sky, but like before, he still followed Duan Chong's example and soaked himself in the water, only his head was exposed but his face was filled with pain. The Kylan Thunder Eagle's body was the strongest amongst their group, but it was already like this, causing Zhu Rong's scalp to go numb. Yuan Xiaodao looked at his body full of fat and couldn't help but laugh. Xiao Chou followed after Tang Ying, and just met him. He immediately roared out in pain, but he clenched his teeth and soaked in the water, but at this time, Tang Ying was already unable to say anything and jumped out from the water. After that was XY Long. His endurance made many people surprised, and he did not make a sound, frowning as he soaked in the water for a while before coming up again. On the other hand, Lian Mingdong had only made a series of low sounds, which were all better than Yuan Xiaodao's. Of course, Yuan Xiaodao had jumped down in one breath. He wasn't prepared at all, but they had all walked down slowly, so they weren't in a sorry state like Yuan Xiaodao. Damned pig, it's your turn. You don't have to be afraid. This dead pig isn't afraid of boiling water. This thunder pond shouldn't be able to do anything to you. Yuan Xiaodao laughed. Chapter 978. Those who had come down from the thunder pond all felt a shadow in their hearts. Right now, they were all waiting at the side for Zhu Rong to make a fool of himself. Old Zhu, you can leave now. Those who can't die, at most, will just live a life worse than death. Xiao Chou laughed. However, when he thought about how he had been trapped in Thunder Pond for a short while, he felt an incomparable amount of fear. Zhu Rong snorted. You guys underestimate me a bit too much. Why don't we compete, and go down together to see who stays down there for a long time, and win in the end, then you guys will give me 100 million spar, and if one of you is the last one up, I will also give you 100 million spar. Zhu Rong glanced at Chen Shang. Including Chen Shang, this guy has too many variables. Yo, you miserly pig, you actually dare to bet 100 million spar, are you crazy? Yuan Xiaodao's face was filled with surprise. Usually you're timid and stingy, but now it doesn't seem like you. Zhu Rong said. That's only because you think that when I was with you, I did not attack. Don't talk about this. Do you dare to play now? You have all gone down there before. You know how powerful this pond is, so you should be able to prepare in advance. Chen Shang watched with interest from the side and laughed. Are you guys afraid of old Zhu? What's there to be afraid of? 100 million, that's it. Yuan Xiaodao was unwilling to accept this. Come on, I want to see how you'll beat me. Xiao Chou also agreed. Zhu Rong looked at XY Long, Lian Mingdong and Tang Ying, and laughed. It's only fun if there are more people. Furthermore, all of you were to perform well earlier. Don't you want to gamble? If I win, I would earn 500 million spar, which is much more worthwhile than helping Wu Qianchen search for medicinal ingredients. Quote. Lian Mingdong shook his head and laughed. Alright, I also want to see why you are so confident. XY Long nodded, indicating that he would participate. This is my first bet, I have to win. Don't go back on your words. Tang Ying smiled slightly, and said with complete confidence. Duan Chong, who was soaking in the lightning pool, thought that it was very interesting and laughed. I will be the notary. If anyone dares to act shamelessly, I will push their head down and bury them under this thunder pond. Head down, what would that feel like? When these people thought of this, they shuddered in fear. 1, 2, 3, come down. Duan Chong shouted. Zhu Rong and the others anxiously went down from the thunder pond, and just as they went down, the small knife started howling frantically. Tang Ying released waves after waves of eagle-like roars, his entire body shivered, and he roared out loud. XY Long and Lian Mingdong shut their eyes tightly, the muscles on their faces twitching frantically. They were enduring the immense pain. Only Zhu Rong, that bastard, had no expression at all, as if he was bathing in hot water normally. When Yuan Xiaodao and the others saw how relaxed Zhu Rong was, they shouted even more loudly. Are you guys unable to hold on? Ha ha, the spar is mine now. Zhu Rong let out a very powerful laugh. Chen Shang was using his divine power to inspect Zhu Rong's body, but he did not find anything abnormal with Zhu Rong's body, which caused him to be extremely shocked. It seemed like Zhu Rong was not affected by the thunder pond, which made it hard for him to understand. Yuan Xiaodao and Xiao Chou wanted to curse out loud, because they had been tricked by Zhu Rong, but they couldn't give up now, so they could only continue to curse. They couldn't even speak, and could only scream in pain while enduring. He was very clear how terrifying this thunder pond was. When he first came down here, His reaction was similar to Yun Xiaodao and the rest's, but this fat guy who was covered in meat was actually smiling merrily as he soaked in the water, and was even washing the fat on his body. What made him angry was that he was humming a very light song. After more than an hour, 5 hot people whose bodies were completely charred laid on the shore. Tang Ying was a Kylan Thunder Eagle, but he had been turned into charcoal by the mysterious lightning power of the Thunder Pond, but his grade was not bad. He lasted for almost an hour, while Yun Xiaodao and Lian Mingdong were the fastest, and could not hold on for more than an hour. What surprised Chen Shang was that XP Weilong was able to hold on longer than the Great Strength race, for about an hour, and Xiao Chou arrived earlier. Zhu Rong was even weirder. He was still soaking in the water, but he was not as relaxed as he was before. An hour ago, he was shivering all over, but now his face was filled with pain, and his expression was ugly. Little fatty, your physique is very special. How did you cultivate it? You actually managed to cultivate an energy protection layer inside your body, so your energy protection layer should have been broken by the Thunder Pond. Duan Chong observed for a long time before he realized this. Because he is too fat, his skin is thick, so there is enough room for a very powerful energy defense membrane. It seems that he also trained here after a lot of training, which can make up for the deficiencies in his body. He is fatter than others, but the defense of his body is not weaker than others. Chen Shang said. After observing for more than 2 hours, he had seen quite a few things. This damn pig, it's actually hiding such a move. Yun Xiaodao was very unhappy. He was the first to come up, and even though he had recovered quite a bit, he did not dare to go down for at least the next 2 days. Zhu Rong did not last long. When he did not let out a scream like a pig being butchered, he walked over, and smiled at the people lying on the ground. I won, ha ha hey. Yun Xiaodao suddenly jumped up from the ground and kicked towards Zhu Rong's stomach. Originally, he wanted to kick Zhu Rong down Lei Tang, but who knew that Zhu Rong would react quickly by grabbing his ankle, turning around and throwing him into the Thunder Pond. Little Yun, don't underestimate this fatty, I am very strong. Zhu Rong laughed sinisterly. Damn pig, you actually hid your strength so deeply. Xiao Chou muttered. If you don't hide it so deeply, what will happen if you, the battle maniac, pester me all day long? It's exhausting. Besides, I'm not battle type, I'm intelligent, so I can just use my brain. Quote. When Chen Shang came to the side of Thunder Pond, everyone was looking at him. They really wanted to know how Chen Shang performed in the Thunder Pond. Duan Chong said. I can only soak in this place for a month at the most, and this Thunder Pond is very deep. I have dived into it before, but I did not reach the bottom. Chen Shang was suddenly curious about the bottom of the Thunder Pond. The fact that the Thunder Pond had such a terrifying thunder power meant that there was something affecting them from the depths. My guess is that elder brother Shen can last for 6 hours. Yun Xiaodao's body was very terrifying, and they had not seen Chen Shang fight with anyone for many years, so they could not estimate Chen Zhang's true strength. Then I'll go down and take a look. Chen Shang took off his clothes, wore only a pair of shorts, fiercely jumped into the Thunder Pond, and directly dived down, and then it never floated back up, just like jumping into an ordinary pond. Chapter 979, He really is a pervert. Zhu Rong opened his mouth wide in shock. He really is a pervert. Zhu Rong opened his mouth wide in shock. He is indeed a little monster. I can't believe he wasn't affected at all and directly dived into the ground. I couldn't have done it back then. Duan Chong was the most shocked, because he knew what kind of pain it would bring to insert one's head into the Thunder Pond, but Chen Shang seemed to be fine. Lian Mingdong asked, Elder Duan, what would happen if you were to immerse your head in Thunder Pond? That is a very dangerous thing to do. Wait until your bodies can be soaked in Thunder Pond for 3 days and 3 nights, then I will dare to let you guys go down to practice. In other words, seal your entire body, and prevent any kind of energy from invading into your body, and also prevent any kind of chi from leaking out. This will last for a long time. When you all can soak in the Thunder Pond for 10 days straight, the energy that you all have concealed yourselves within will reach a very high level. It will be difficult even for me to discover you all. Quote. As for the physical body and the innate chi, they will also receive extreme tempering. If you can immerse your head in the water, it will temper your sea of consciousness. Once you guys have completed your basics, learning our Duan clan's secret techniques will be twice the result with half the effort. You can start a ruckus with Chen Shang. Quote. The dragon subduing school that Yun Xiaodao and the others had created were not simple, and the enemies that Chen Shang had provoked were all powerful forces in the land. As Chen Zhang's friends, as members of the dragon subduing school, they had to be extremely strong. Duan Chong looked at the 6 youths lying on the shore, and his heart was filled with mixed emotions. It was because Ten Heaven's Supreme Lord had friends who dared to poke the heavens, that was why he agreed to help Chen Shang cultivate them. Zhu Rong and the rest had rested for a day, even though their bodies were still in pain, they had still jumped into Thunder Pond, but Chen Shang had dived for a day, and there was no news at all. After Chen Shang jumped down the Thunder Pond, he had been diving deeper into the ground. When he came down, he was attacked by extremely strong lightning. However, his body was strong, he had Yulong blood, and he had experienced all kinds of painful tempering over the years, so his endurance was very strong. Being soaked in Thunder Pond's water until the head, his consciousness would be attacked very strongly, but Chen Zhang's cultivation of his soul, which was able to refine the divine sense, this kind of attack was useless against him, at most it would make his head hurt a little. He had been diving for 2 days, and the closer he got to the bottom, the stronger the thunder attacks became. Moreover, the thick power of thunder also formed a massive pressure that pressed down on his body from all directions. I had only been diving for 2 days. The bottom is bottomless, and the bottom is terrifying. Especially when I reach a certain place, there will be a great resistance. I have tried many times, but to no avail. Duan Chong sat on the shore and muttered as he looked at the Thunder Pond with a worried expression. And the others were already fast asleep. Being tossed around in Thunder Pond was incredibly difficult for them, as both their spirit and body would be honed to the extreme. Now that they were exhausted, they fell asleep immediately, not hearing Duan Chong's words. At night, Duan Chong looked at the twinkling stars in the sky and sighed. I have already searched through the places that Heaven Thunder Purgatory could explore, but I have not been able to find that thing. Now that the Heaven Thunder Purgatory's enchantment is getting weaker and weaker, many people can enter. But where were the remains of that war? Did the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord leave that thing behind? Where did those sky demons come from, and what is the Ghost Sage? Quote. Then, he looked at Thunder Pond. What is hidden in the depths of this Thunder Pond? I really have lived in this place for so long, yet I actually know nothing about these things. Quote. Chen Shang had already arrived at the resistance Duan Chong spoke of. There was indeed a very strange power blocking his descent, making him feel as if he had reached the bottom. However, if one looked closely, that was only a transparent barrier, it was just that it was very difficult to break through. This barrier was very special. Water could freely pass through it, and thunder power could also pass through, but humans could not. It's a very familiar feeling. Could it be that one? Chen Shang asked doubtfully. That's right, as long as we can pass through, we will be able to enter a chaotic space. You have met them before at the bottom of the demon and devil sinkhole. The reason for the appearance of this chaotic space is most likely because the energy is too strong. It will not weaken in the long run and will eventually take shape in your own body. If you go over there, you must be prepared to not return. Long Shui said. Back then, Chen Shang had encountered this kind of situation when he was still at the bottom of demon and devil sinkhole. I have to go take a look. Duan Chong has been searching for so long, but he still couldn't find the celestial slain method. He also said that he could not go down any further. Who knows, maybe celestial slain method is hidden underneath. When he needed to look for the other scattered heaven-earth killing method he could tell from the strange feeling produced by the ground killing that he was cultivating, not to mention something like the chaotic space below. Back then, a lot of things like this had appeared under the demon and devil sinkhole. Chen Shang took out the Luotian gate, took out the spatial origin orb again, and poured a very powerful spatial energy into the Luotian gate. In the depths of this lightning-terrifying thunder pond, he opened a spatial door, allowing him to pass through the transparent barrier. When he left his original position, he placed a very large glowing rock. He went through the barrier and swam towards the rock, but the further he swam, the further away he went from the glowing rock. Going forward was going backwards, and going left could mean going left or going right. Going right could mean going in another direction, but there wouldn't be a single direction that could lead him back to his original location. Right now, Chen Shang could only continue to explore deeper, only then would he be able to find the source of energy to create this chaotic space. As long as he destroyed this place, he would be able to go out. The same thing happened last time in the demon and devil sinkhole. The chaotic dimension was very special. Originally, it was only 100 steps, but you had to walk 1,000 steps and 10,000 steps to complete it. I'm too strong, I need to use the profound WU diamond armor. Otherwise, I won't be able to continue staying here. Right now, Chen Shang could not support it with only his flesh body, so he had no choice but to release profound Wu diamond armor S, allowing him to continue. Chen Shang had not come up for a few days and this Duan Chong was extremely worried. Then he went down and let Yun Xiaodao and the others cultivate on their own. Duan Chong spent about 2 days to reach the location of the barrier. He only saw a glowing stone person with words engraved on it. Elder Duan, please don't worry, I'm fine. Chen Shang knew that he had been trapped in this chaotic space for a long time. Duan Chong must have returned. Chapter 980. After Duan Chong got up there, he told this matter to Yun Xiaodao and the others. After Duan Chong got up there, he told this matter to Yun Xiaodao and the others. I never thought that the elder brother Shen would be able to pass through that barrier. As long as he comes up, we'll know the secret below. Yun Xiaodao said. Duan Chong nodded. He was also very interested to know what kind of major discovery Chen Shang would make, and he felt that inside this Heaven Thunder Purgatory, this Thunder Pond was the most mysterious place, and also the place where he was unable to delve into. If he chose the wrong one, he would swim below for a year or two, and perhaps return to his original position. Fortunately, he had a strong divine power, allowing him to carefully observe the changes in space, and from there, find the right direction to go forward. However, he still needed a long time to figure out what was going on. In the blink of an eye, Yun Xiaodao and the others had been cultivating in the Thunder Pond for over a month. I can already persevere for 1 day. Continue to work hard, and it would be best if I can reach my desired goal before the 3 realms talk you all mentioned earlier. Duan Chong was together with Yun Xiaodao and the others, listening to their narration of what had happened outside. Right now, he understood Chen Shang a lot, and was extremely surprised by the things that Chen Shang had done. Elder Duan, what kind of thing is the Heaven Devil King that Chen Shang killed? Is there a lot of this stuff here? Yun Xiaodao had heard that the Heaven Devil King was able to intimidate outstanding talents, and even people of the Demon Empress level did not dare to contend against him, but they were actually killed by Chen Shang. I don't know what it is either. There aren't many of these here, but it's just the number of sovereign kings is very few. If it's the lesser sky demons, then there are still a lot of them. Duan Chong said. Don't worry too much about these sky demons, what's worth noting is that guy called Ghost Sage. When I was fighting with the Purple Moon back then, this bastard suddenly ran out and got attacked by us. This damned place really has many secrets, but the resources here are very abundant. Zhu Rong said. He raised his head to look at the blue sky, his face was filled with worry, he was worried that a ghost sage would suddenly appear. You don't have to stay here forever, what are you afraid of? I still do not know how long I will be trapped here, but I have yet to figure out the reason behind the Heaven Thunder Purgatory's barrier becoming weak. According to the way this Heaven Thunder Purgatory operates, it will take me at least 10,000 years to become weak. When I first came in that year, I still did not show any signs of weakening. Duan Chong was also extremely worried. I was worried that a few terrifying things would grow up here. This was the last big battle that Ten Heavens Supreme Lord led all his subordinates into, and it was also the battle to end the Ten Heavens Supreme Lord's empire. Tang Ying said, but it doesn't look like a war has happened here. The Great Devil Mountains was the site of the human-demon war back then, and there are traces that would not be erased. Lian Mingdong said, that's right, this is more like a resource-rich fairyland. Even though there are a few beasts and things like that, but we have not encountered anything life-threatening. I wonder how Chen Shang is doing down there, I can only wait for him to come up and see if he has any clues. XV Weilong said. Will anything happen to Master? Xiao Chou was extremely worried. Duan Chong laughed. Don't worry, Chen Shang will be fine, this brat is much stronger than we have imagined. It's not like you guys don't know about him killing Purple Moon, it wouldn't be easy for me to kill that guy. Chen Shang would definitely be fine, but he would be lost in that chaotic space, which was even scarier and more complicated than the one he met in Demon and Devil Sinkhole last time. Inside this space, the direction would change randomly and without any pattern, so he no longer knew where he was in this space, and he was also far away from that shiny rock. What was even worse was that he was tortured by the rich thunder power down there. This energy could seep into people like his profound Wu diamond armor, and although it did not have much of an impact, it made him feel very uncomfortable. In the dark blue sky, a black cloud suddenly floated over, the black cloud churned up, surging with waves of tyrannical evil chi. However, at this time, a powerful force shook the entire heaven thunder purgatory. Duan Chong fiercely leapt into the air, his expression solemn as he stared into the distance. What's going on? The evil chi is too terrifying, the great devil mountains is nothing compared to this place. I am afraid only the magical corruption gas of the demon and devil sinkhole can suppress the evil chi. Zhu Rong said in shock. The endless evil energy in the air was strange and powerful, making people restless. Moreover, the wave of energy that had just swept through made people's bodies tremble. Duan Chong descended from the sky and said with a frown, "The hole you guys made safely and has closed, and that power just now was the spatial shockwave that erupted when it closed. It looks like you guys have been trapped in this heaven thunder purgatory for many years. Ah, could it be that heaven thunder purgatory's purgatory is about to open?" Yun Xiaodao exclaimed. "Didn't we learn the demon subduing fist art? Since I can use it, I might as well." XV Weilong said. "It looks like the sky demon army is coming. Cultivation has ended now. Although it has only been a short period of 1 month, you have all improved greatly. It's time to fight in actual combat. I will teach you the Duan clan's secret techniques in actual combat." Duan Chong said, which made Xiao Chou excited. "I originally thought that it would be used to beat up Purple Moon Imperial Land, but it's not bad if I can beat up some sky demons now." Zhu Rong laughed. They were not really worried. "Let's go." Duan Chong took the lead and led the few youths, and flew towards the direction with the densest amount of evil energy. On the other hand, Ji Yu Dongchen, Lian Yingxiao and the other Chen martial continents were gathered together. When Lian Yingxiao saw Ji Yu Dongchen, he immediately asked, "Brother Ji Yu, what about my son?" "Leave it to Chen Shang, I don't know where they are either." Ji Yu Dongchen said. "What?" Lian Yingxiao was a little anxious. "This time it's over, Ming Dong will definitely be damaged." Lu Menger and Hua Shangyu were also present. They did not ask Chen Shang much, but they were still a little worried. This was because Chen Shang had killed the Purple Moon, and they had also received the news that the Purple Moon Imperial Land had sent several strong people down here in order to suppress Chen Shang. Ji Yu Dongchen looked at the black cloud in the sky and said, "The exit to the heaven thunder purgatory is sealed, so this thing should be the sky demon army. We are not those ancient powers and are far weaker than them. Now that we are going to join forces, I suggest that everyone give up on mining spar and gather in a place where we can attack and defend." Lian Mingdong, Hua Shangyu and Lu Menger all nodded in agreement. As long as they kept their guard up and the sky demon army could not attack, they would choose those ancient powers. Then everyone should hurry up and take action. "I've already chosen the location, Ji Yu Dongchen said.